Well, hello. Immediately, I see Riley is subscribed for 15 months. Thank you so much for the subscription. It's been that long, huh? But yeah, today we are continuing on with Future Card Buddy Fight. This is the first Buddy Fight game for the 3DS. Yeah. Who is this? Okay, so last time we did the Sengoku Academy arc, which is like a fight gauntlet where we fought against all the students from that other school in order to rescue our friends who weren't actually kidnapped, but you know. But is this might be Kiri's arc next? I don't remember exactly. I haven't played this game in a while. We'll just jump right into it. Yeah, looks like we're gonna have a buddy fight. Okay. It looks like we were waiting to hear back from Tasuku about what had happened at Sengoku. Oh, and Axia's like, come on, how many times have you checked your phone today? Like implying that we've been doing it like a lot. Yeah, so we're saying we're just worried about what happened to Yuki and want to hear from Tasuku about it. Okay, and then Gao's here. Gao's like, yeah, I understand how you feel. Or I get how you feel. It's more casual. It's like, oh, Gao, Kiri. And he's like, yeah, of course we're all worried. But if you spend all your energy worrying about that, then you're gonna tire yourself out. And Kiri's saying, hopefully Yuki will come back soon. I'm like, thanks. And Kiri's saying, oh my gosh. Oh, this is, How do I want to approach this? I totally forgot this was a thing in this game. Or like that this was a thing in the series. So Kiri's saying, it's a phone call from my father. I'm gonna go take this. And Kiri says, hi Dad, what's up? What? No way. I have to move again? Or we're moving again? But I just got settled in here. I thought I had finally made some friends. But they're just gonna forget all about me after I leave. I'm sick of this already. And we're saying, Gao, how about we, how do you translate this to English? Yeah, how do you translate this? Like, it's I guess the most natural way would be like, why don't we do something to lighten our spirits? That's where that little nerd dragon is from. Axia? Oh, what's the button? Yeah. Yeah, Drago Wizard Kinus Axia. He's from Buddyfight. See gifs of them all the time, yes. He's very popular among furries, and that's probably because he's very gay. He only shows up in like 10 episodes in the anime. Yes, that gif. Yeah, so he only shows up briefly in the anime, but definitely made an impression on people. That's why there's just a lot of scaly bait in Buddyfight. But yeah, he can be your buddy in this game, so he's my buddy in this playthrough. Anyway, so we asked Xiao if we could do something to lift our spirits, and he said, yeah, of course. What did you want to do? Oh, Buddyfight, of course. Of course. And Kazane's here. Kazane's like, yeah, I want to fight too. Yeah, of course. Let's all Buddyfight.
Yo.
Like, welcome back, Kiri. We're all gonna have buddy fights. Do you want to join us? He's like, hey, Makoto. We're like, yeah. You only just met Kazane, the girl who was there before, but you became good friends right away, right? And not just her, but also with the others like Baku and Tetsuya. I mean, we haven't really interacted with them recently, but sure.
Dana.
It's like, yeah, I guess. It's thanks to Buddyfight that we've become friends. Cyclops Kid reminds me of one of the bad guys from Yu-Gi-Oh! You mean like Pegasus? Oh, hey, they put easy words on top of the kanji. That's pretty nice, yes. The Buddyfight was aimed at like small children, so they put Furigana over all the kanji for everything. Yeah, one of my old TCG friends would always call Kiri Pegasus because of the hair over the one eye. He would also call Zanya lasagna, you know, like the pasta. And so we're just like, yeah, Buddyfight's really great to make friends. Woo. That's a great nickname, I know, right? And so Kira's like, well, what do you guys think about me? And he's like, what do you mean, what do we think about you? Have a fight, or would you please Buddyfight against me, Makoto? And we're like, what's with this all of a sudden? I also want to have amazing buddy fights. Ones that you'll remember forever. If I can do that, then surely everyone will. Like, implying that everyone will remember him. But he just, like, let the sentence drift off. And we're like, I don't really know what you're getting at, but we can just have a buddy fight. It's like, yeah, give it your all, please. Alright, let's go to the fighting stage. And Kazane's asking, what's with Kiri wanting to fight Makoto all of a sudden? And Gao's like, well, as long as I get to see a fun fight, you know, I'm happy. And Kazane is saying, it looked like Kiri's, maybe not quite his mind was elsewhere, but he had something else on his mind. But maybe that was just my imagination, she says.
いいか
Alright. So Kiri's saying, I'm definitely gonna win. Even... okay, so he's like, I have to win. Like, the implication is at all costs, but he's specifically saying, like, I have to win even if it ends up not being fun. So it's like the exact thing that happened in the first arc with Gawain Roga. Anyway, we're playing a Drago Wizard deck, of course.
ルミナイズ
勝利を僕の手にルミナイズ
Alright, so I know there are some people who,
オープンザフラッグマジックワールド
レジェン
who are
俺のターンだ
not too familiar with Buddyfight, so as I do at the beginning of each of these streams, I'll go over a little bit of the basics. So, all the cards in your deck have to match a flag of your choosing, so it's like choosing a specific type of deck, or like choosing a hero in Hearthstone or whatever. So we're playing Magic World because they have the Drago Wizards. That means all the cards in our deck have to be Magic World. There's also cards that are called generic cards that can go in most any deck, but they're generally bad, so you just don't use them. So yeah, Kiri's using Legend World. Different worlds will have different attributes, gimmicks, and also different curves, like power curves. Magic Worlds has the lowest stats, like monster stats, like power, critical, and defense, but they have the best effects and spells. Legend World's more on the opposite end, like it's kind of more in the middle, but it's closer to the opposite end where they have higher stats but weaker spells. Our main resources are our life, which you can see in top left and top right, and gauge. These are cards that you use to pay for costs. You can place a card from your hand into your gauge at the start of every turn after your first draw, and then you draw another card. So you get to cycle through a card you don't need and also gain a resource. The first player, or the player who takes the first turn, does not get their first draw, but I can still charge and draw. That's like putting down a gauge and then drawing. And then I also get, and I can also only attack once with one monster. I kind of want to keep all of these, but I have to charge one. In this case, it makes the most sense to charge this.
チャージ&ドロー
Oh, I just drew another copy, so that works. In Buddyfight, there's 4 types of cards. That's right? 4 monsters, spells, items, impacts. Okay. Monsters are the ones you put on these 3 spots in your field. There's left, right, and center. The monster in the center protects you from direct attacks, but all of the monsters can attack any opposing monsters or the opponent if their center is open. So the placement only matters whether it's in the center or not. So left and right, there's no real difference. First, I'm going to equip an item. So items are cards that the player wields themselves. They're placed on top of the flag.
装備
So I paid 2 gauge to equip this item, Gunrod Stradivarius. I'm going to use its effect in a sec. I'm just checking what got paid out of my gauge. And then I'm going to cast
キャスト
a spell. So spells, there are spells that are like sorcery speed that you can only cast on your turn. This just happened to be an instant speed spell, but I needed the gauge to pay for a cost later. This one just gives you 2 gauge. There'll be a keyword on any card or effect if it's instant speed. The keyword is called counter. And then I'm going to summon a monster to my center.
コール
You can summon any amount of monsters that you want during your main phase, but there's only 3 spots on your field, and there's a size limit. So you can only have total size monsters of up to 3 on your field. So if I wanted, I could play 3 size 1s, or I could play a 1 and a 2, or I could play just a 3. But I can't place like 2 2s or 2 1s and a 2. But Magician of Glass Will Glass Art, you can see its stats on the screen on the left. The size is the yellow number on the very left, then from left to right it's the power in red, critical in white, and the defense in blue. But before that, I'm going to use my item. Normally you can only attack with your item if your center is open, because you don't want to like hit your monster in the back, but Magic World has items that can be used even if you have a monster in the center. In this case, Stradivarius has a burn effect, so I can rest it, or like tap it, like in other games, to deal 1 damage to my opponent, and also give my monster 3000 power until end of turn. The power doesn't matter when direct attacking, but you know, it just is. So when dealing damage to the opponent with a monster, we check the critical, which is the white number, and when Glassart deals damage, I can pay 1 gauge to draw 1 card. Okay, pretty good. I can only attack with 1 monster once, so that ends my turn. Alright, that should have been like all the basics. Hopefully went through that quickly and concisely enough. Kiri's saying, I can't lose. I definitely have to win. Okay, so he's playing the Asgard theme. Missed all that. No, you didn't. So this is Nidhogg. These are all these two are vanillas. This is a 5/2/1 vanilla. This is a 3/1/6 vanilla. This is not a vanilla. It has a counter effect that lets you call it from your hand at instant speed, but he just played it normally. We're just gonna take all these attacks. I have a counter spell in my hand, but you did likely story. Yeah, I have a counter spell in my hand, but I'm not gonna use it right now. Okay. I'm gonna call. Oh, how do I want to do this actually? Probably fine, right? I'm gonna call Magic Secretary Genjiro Saki to the left, and then I'm gonna buddy call. So you can change any call where you would call your buddy monster into a buddy call by just placing it in your buddy zone instead of on the field, and the monster from your buddy zone gets placed on the field instead. So I'm going to pay 1 gauge and buddy call Drago Wizard Kinus Axia to the center. So when you buddy call, you heal 1. That's literally all it is. And then when Drago Wizard Kinus Axia enters the field, I can deal 1 damage to either player. I'm going to choose my opponent. I'm also going to use Gunrod Stradivarius. I'll give power to Axia and deal damage to the opponent. Now we're going to be attacking. Axia is going to attack Sleipnir. And then I play Pot of Greed that lets me draw 2 cards from my deck. Magic World has a Pot of Greed. It's like the best draw spell in the game, but I just haven't drawn it yet. And you can play 4, but it's once per turn. But yeah, I'm just clearing out his monsters a little bit. A lot of decks have a draw 2 spell, but they usually have higher restrictions. For example, Legend World's draw 2 spell needs you to be at 6 life or less to be able to play it. Dragon World's draw 2 spell needs to be at 5 life or less. It's like really bad. So I'm like clearing his monsters while also dealing direct damage with my deck. It's pretty good. Okay, so this is Corpse Swallower Hraesvelgr. It's a size 2. When it enters the field, you can discard 1 card and draw a card.
能力発動
It's pretty good. You discarded Leipnir? Yeah. He's just gonna
モン
attack.
スターにアタック
Attacking Genjiro-Saki. That's kind of rude, but I'm not going to really be able to stop it. I can stop it, but I don't want to. Well, in this case, I should. Okay, I'm gonna cast. Well, I could just draw another monster. What are the chances? You know, I'll be more conservative. I'm gonna
こ
cast.
れでキャスト
I'm going to cast Magical Goodbye. This is a counter spell that lets me return a size 2 or lower monster from the field to the hand. I'm going to choose to bounce Genjiro-Saki to my hand. If all the monsters on one side of a battle leave the field, the battle just stops.
モンスターにアタック
This time I'm going to cast Epic Fail. So this is a counter spell that can be used against an attack from an opponent's size 2 or lower monster. Since I control a Drago Wizard, it sends the attacking monster to the
これ
gauge.
でキャスト
This is the gimmick that Drago Wizards have, sending opponents' monsters to their gauge. It's like impossible to interact with. There's cards that nullify destruction, prevent bouncing to hand, but nothing that stops them from being sent from the field to the gauge. It's really good.
ターン終了
俺のターンだなドロ
Alright. Oh, okay. Not bad, not bad. I still probably just should charge this.
ーチャージ&ドロ
Eh. Yeah, Dodo. Because the games are Japanese. All the Buddyfight games were only released in Japan. There's 3. I have all of them. I played through all of them. You're gonna be in Dodo land? Okay. Ooh, can I just win? Probably can just win. Alright, I'm gonna call Center of the World Mary Sue to the left.
コール能力発動
When she enters the field, I can search my deck for any spell card from my deck. This is the Pot of Greed, but I'm going to search Great Spell My Grandfather Clock. I'm going to call Genjiro-Saki over Mary Sue.
コール
And now I'm going to cast Great Spell My Grandfather Clock. This normally would cost 2 gauge, but Genjiro-Saki reduces the gauge cost of my Magic World spells by 1. So Great Spell My Grandfather Clock can be activated when you have 6 or more different wizard cards in your graveyard. And
キャスト
you pay 2 gauge, or in this case 1. You shuffle your graveyard, or your drop zone. That's what it's called in Bushiroad games. You shuffle your drop zone back into your deck, and then you get an extra turn. What is that card called? This one? Yeah. It's called here, you can read it. It's called Great Spell My Grandfather Clock. It's a time walk. You get an extra turn. Okay, and then yeah.
能力発動
I'm gonna use Stradivarius to give power to Genjiro-Saki as if it matters. Deal 1 damage. And we have game on board. And we also have 1 additional turn. Oh, we don't have game on board. He used Sleipnir. This is the monster you can call at instant speed, so I'm gonna just attack that.
モンスターにアタック
Alright, then Axie attacks directly.
ファイターにアタック
まだだキャスト
Okay, so he casts Shield of Achilles, which reduces the next damage he takes by 2. Alright, so we had two counter cards to stop 4 damage. Will he be able to survive
タ
another
ーン
turn?
終了
Very
俺のターンだ
unlikely,
な
but
ドロ
we'll
ーチ
see.
ャージ&ドロ
Oh, okay, well, we're pretty set.
ー能力発動
Give the power to Genjiro-Saki again with Stradivarius. Who would have guessed that taking another turn is really good?
ファイターにアタック
Looks like he's dead. Alright, attack directly for game.
ファイターにアタック。こいつで勝利だ。
そんな負けるなんて。
Wow. Yeah, Kiri's deck is actually not that great at this point. This is like his worst deck. But this is on purpose. Like he still hasn't really gotten very good at buddy fighting yet so far in the story. So this is the in-game currency we get that we don't need because I already 100% at this game. We're playing on New Game Plus so that I wouldn't have to grind for cards. But they're like, yeah, that's the match.
負けちゃった。
He's like, oh, I lost.
すげえ。
And Gao's saying, that was an amazing fight,
ありがと
Makoto.
うな。
Or like,
よ
thanks.
かったぜ。
And he's saying, it was getting me excited just watching.
強いな。
And he's saying, you did well too, Kiri. It's surprising how how much better you've gotten. He has now banished the Shadow Realm. Wrong game, but
よっしゃ。
right idea. And Gao's like, I want to have a buddy fight too. And Kazane's saying, then buddy fight against me to the other school realm. And so Kiri like leaves.
なんで。
And he's saying, why did he talk to Makoto before me?
仕方ないね。
He surely was more interested in how Makoto fought than me. Yeah, Kiri's just like no confidence. Oh, Shido next? Alright. I'm not doing any of the side events, we're just like kind of blazing through the main story, because all the side events are just fluff anyway. And I've played through them before. Sounds pretty gay. Kiri, I don't know, you could definitely convince me that Kiri is gay. Yeah, he's actually thinking about how his character develops in the later seasons. He's pretty gay. But Kiri's cool. Like, he starts off as just like, where's all the half-naked dragons? We're playing the there's one in my deck. But we're playing the dragons who wear robes, because they're wizards. One of the themes in Buddyfight is actually called, in Japanese, it's called Naked Dragons. In English, they changed it to Wild Dragons. You can probably guess why. I actually played that deck in Season 4. I played a Wild Dragon deck. It was super, super cheap. I literally just bought 2 starter decks because you needed a few cards from the starter decks, and then the rest of the deck was just like commons and rares and uncommons, I guess. It was really good. It like beat all the top 3 decks, which everyone else was playing because there was huge power creep when Season 4 started. It was kind of insane. But anyway, Gao saying, that happened to Kiri? Baku, Kuguru, is that true?
Ah.
And they're like, yeah, it's unfortunately
そう
true.
よ。
I heard about it from our teacher, so
Yo.
there's no mistake. We're saying, what's up? Did something happen to Kiri? And Kuguru's saying, it sounds like Kiri moved away. Or I guess the specifically transferred schools,
どうして。
implying that he moved away. How could you, or how could he move away without saying a thing to us. Oh, Baku's saying, I heard from the teacher which school he transferred to. It's not that far.
そうか
We're like, oh, that I see. Then why don't we go try meeting with him?
そう
And
だ
they're
よ
saying
な
to the school that he transferred to, and we're like, oh yeah, we can do that. There must have been some other circumstances surrounding this.
Yes.
Let's go see him face to face and ask him what happened.
行くぞ
お
And we tried to leave, but Baku's like, wait, there was one more thing I had to tell you. They're taking him to the mic pen school. Oh no, I don't want to ask.
気をつけろよ
And Baku's saying, have you heard about the mysterious buddy fighter who's been causing incidents around the town? Oh my gosh, the Power Rangers lightning symbol, I understand. We're saying the mysterious fighter. Is it a criminal fighter?
悪い
And Baku is saying, I don't really know the details. But he's saying the victims all have a common trait. All the victims, after they were defeated by this mysterious fighter, they had their core deck case and their buddy stolen.
そんな
Their buddy and their core deck case? The mysterious fighter is called, what do they call him in English? The Grim Reaper, that's what they called him. Because it's just a direct translation, because in Japanese it's Shinigami, which is God of Death, Grim Reaper. Okay, I was like, what did they call him? Did they call him something special? No, it's just Grim Reaper. That's correct.
許せね
And Gao's saying, that's unforgivable. For them to steal other players' precious buddies, there's no way I can turn a blind eye
えいい
to
ぜ
that. I'm gonna go find that guy and stop
大
him.
丈夫かな
And Cougar's saying, well, it's rumored that he's like quite a skilled buddy fighter.
俺は太陽番長だ
And he's saying, it doesn't matter. I can't just sit around doing nothing. I'm, as the mighty sun fighter, I'm gonna protect everyone. It's like, okay.
ガオ
I don't want to get into his mighty sun fighter shtick. If you want to find out about it, you can watch literally the first episode of the anime. And we're saying, Gao, let me help you. I can't forgive the Grim Reaper either. And then Shido comes by and he's like, can't let you do that.
何
We're like, it's the student council president Shido.
なんで
Cheeto, yeah.
当
I'm
た
saying,
り
why
前
not?
ですし
He's like, I can't allow students to put themselves in danger.
そんなことね
He actually doesn't care about that. He only cares about himself. He's just kind of flexing his power. And Gao's saying, well, we can't let the Grim Reaper keep or continue doing what he's doing. So we're gonna have to. How do I translate this properly? He's like, you're gonna have to let us go.
何
You like his expressions. And now Sophia's here. Oh, this is the Russian character from Buddyfight that I mentioned, where she says "da" a lot, and she's like, "You can't go," and we're saying, "You are." Where did you take Yuki? Oh, she's the one who like randomly teleported to Sengoku and took Yuki away. You can't go, da, exactly. There was an amazing episode of season 2 where she got possessed, and then after literally every line she said da. Like, usually she only says it like a little bit, but then like literally after every line she said da, and it was pretty funny. And so we're saying, where's Yuki? You know where he is, don't you? And she's saying, Yuki's with that person. She says that person. She doesn't specify. We're saying, who's that person? And she says, you don't need to know. And we're saying, you know something, or Gao saying, you know something about the Grim Reaper, don't you? She's like, who knows? And we're saying, they're not going to tell us anything. Let's just go. And Sophia is telling us, we told you you can't do that. This doesn't happen in the anime. Like, they literally just don't interfere because they don't know. Because Sophia's like gone. She like vanishes. She doesn't come back to school. And Shido doesn't care, so he just doesn't do anything. This is like a game only thing. Because it doesn't really make sense with the plot, you know? And Shido is saying, just wait, Sophia, I'll handle this. If you can beat me in a buddy fight, then you can go. And we're like, what? He's like, there's no way I'll lose when I'm using my real deck. And we're like, alright. We will beat you, and then we'll be on our way. Which is true, because we're gonna win. I'm gonna win. So this is the first time we're gonna see this world in the game. Always choose paper. So he's using Darkness Dragon World. This is... in the show, they like play it up to be like the best world, the best flag. And they do have good cards. Darkness Dragon World has like a lot of strong options, and they have like a bunch of different themes even early on. But they're alright. They're pretty good. I played Darkness Dragon World, specifically Black Knights, in season 4, towards the end of season 4, because it was like one of the only decks that could stand up to like the top few decks. But yeah, he's specifically playing the death theme. Death monsters can attack you directly even if you have a monster guarding your center, so they're just like an all-out rush deck, I guess. I don't particularly care about that because I have like so many counter spells and so much there's so many ways to gain advantage, so I'm just gonna start with Dragon Wizard Kino's Axia to the center. I'll heal 1 and then deal 1. I've got no other plays, so we're just gonna attack.
ファイターにアタック
Okay, again, on
これでどうですし、
Oh.
キャスト
he's using Death Grip. That's kind of rude. I kind of want to save Axia, so I'm going to cast
これでキャスト
Magical Goodbye to bounce Axia back to my hand. Yeah, so he played a counterspell that's pay 1 gauge, destroy a size 2 or lower monster on the field. It's a counterspell, so instant speed. It's very good.
ターン終了
僕のターンですし
But it's... Yeah, it's... In some ways, it's better than Magical Goodbye, even though Magical Goodbye is like one of the best counterspells in the game. Because it, you know, destroys. But Magical Goodbye can protect your own monsters from destruction effects like I just did, so... And
ドロ
battle,
ー
so it's
チャー
like...
ジ&ドロ
you know.
ーそう
There's ups and downs. It's not like, It's not like cards are like strictly better than other cards in most cases, which Buddyfight does like a pretty good job of having all the cards be pretty balanced. At least in Season 1. Anyway, he equipped Vampire Claw. This is an item that can attack directly even if your opponent has a monster in the center. And he's buddy calling Death Ruler Gallows, which costs a gauge and attack the opponent directly even if they have a monster in the center. It's called Shadow Dive. It's not a keyword, but it's like half keyword. It's like a named ability. And then when it deals damage to the opponent, you heal 1. Which I don't particularly care. That's all he's got.
ファイターにアタックですし
We're gonna take everything.
ファイターにアタックですし
He must have a lot of counter spells then.
能力発動
Or just
タ
spells
ー
in
ン終
general.
了ですし
俺のターンだなドロー
Okay, that's very good.
チャージドロー
Okay, I'm gonna cast
キャスト
Key of Solomon first volume to get 2 gauge. I'm gonna pay those 2 gauge out to equip
装備
Gunrod Stradivarius. I'm gonna call
コール
Genjiro Saki to the left. And I'll call Axia back to the right. I don't need to put a monster in the center because, like, he can just attack through it, so it literally doesn't matter.
コール能力発動
I'm gonna deal 1 damage to the opponent. And in this case, instead of using Stradivarius' effect, I can still attack with it as a normal weapon. It does have, you know, stats. So I'm gonna use Stradivarius to attack Death Ruler Gallows.
モンスターにアタック
これでどうですしキャスト
He's casting Devil Stigma. This is a counterspell that destroys your own monster, but you get 2 gauge and 1 life. He's using it at the proper time, which is when your monster would already be destroyed, so you're just converting this spell into extra resources. It's a very strong card. Like, you would think it's not good, but it's like factually good. But yeah, as expected, he did have more
フ
counter
ァイター
spells.
にアタック
Alright. Man, I had so much stuff to talk about. So much stuff happened in the past week, but
ターン終
there's
了
like
僕の
almost
タ
no
ーンです
downtime to
ド
talk
ロ
about
ー
it.
チャージ&ドローコール
That's Death Ruler
モ
Burial.
ンスターにアタック
Okay, he's attacking the monster. Okay, can't do anything about that.
ファイターにアタックですし
Do I want to stop this? I don't particularly need to. I'll just take 2. I'm not in any danger at the moment.
ターン終了ですし
俺のターンドロー
Okay, another Axia. That's pretty good.
チャージドロー
Rody. That's not bad. Not bad. I'm gonna call Axia to the left.
コール
I'll deal 1
能
damage
力
to the
発
opponent.
動
I didn't mention it earlier, but in Buddyfight you can play up to 4 of each card. But if you want to use a card as your buddy, you should play it. You should have a 5th copy because your buddy card is outside of your deck. So it's outside of like the restriction of the 4 of each. So you need 4 in your deck and then also 1 in your buddy zone. Like you can play less than 4 of your buddy in your deck and still have 1 in your buddy zone, but it just doesn't make sense, you know? I'm gonna call Magician Apprentice Rody to the center. I'm gonna activate Gunrouse Stradivarius. I'll give power to the Axia on the right, I guess. It hardly matters. Deal 1 damage direct. Alright. Axia attacks directly. Okay, he had Black Dragon Shield. This is a card that negates. Like, there's other Dragon Shields that negate attacks. This one reduces the damage the next damage you would take to 0 if your center is open, and then you heal 1. So it's going to reduce the 2 damage and then heal 1. In that case, Rody is going to attack Burial. Yeah. When I played back in Season 1 of Buddyfight, it was like in 2014, I think? 2014, probably? This deck was like one of those free win decks, because like, yeah, they can rush you down, but Dragon Wizards, or Magic World in general, just have so many counter spells, and you gain so much advantage that like, it doesn't matter. Like, who cares if they're bypassing your center? Your monsters have small stats anyway. Another Gallows, that's fine. Another Burial, sure. It's fine. He link attacked my center. That's weird. I think that's an AI quirk. If he wanted to kill my center, he should have used his item, but whatever. Okay, 1, 2. I'm just counting my wizards. 3, 3, just 3. Come on. Come on. Alright, I'll charge my clock. Great spell, my grandfather clock is a wizard itself, so there's that. Alright. Axia, attack the fighter. Did we just win? Stradivarius. No. Axia, attack fighter first. I was going to attack the monster first, but then if he plays Devil Sigma, he'll live. So I have to attack his face first, and then if he plays Devil Sigma, he'll die. Cheeto down. Okay, yes. Shido's like kind of a joke. He's like kind of a joke character. He's like one of the antagonists, but he's like also a joke. He's like, there's no way I could have lost. It's like, your deck sucks, man. Like, it doesn't suck. It just like, the matchups for his deck are like very polarizing. Like, some decks can easily deal with it, and some decks just cannot. But yeah, man, Season 1 of Buddyfight was so well balanced. Such a good time. You could play pretty much anything if you knew what you're doing. I mentioned this pretty much every stream, but there was a theme that only had like 7 cards, and it was still a good deck. Like 7 different cards. And you could still play it as a deck. There were themes that were like kind of incomplete, like they didn't have the support that most other themes have, but like you could still play them and they were still fine. It's like the decks that people thought were like top tier, they were only thought of in that way because they had a little bit more support, or they were like very fast and aggressive. So like you could just win really quickly. So they're like, yeah, they're the best. It's like, well, it's not really how it works. Oh, so we got some monstrous silhouette in the background. And Gal's like, I've never seen this sort of monster before. And and it appears to talk to Sophia, and she's like, all right, I understand. And Sophia's saying, that person is calling for us. Bottom Dragon Tribal. I don't know how you're gonna tell which ones are which, but there's probably enough for that in Dragon World. And Shido's saying, don't go without me. And Shido's like, well, it doesn't matter. You guys won't be able to beat him anyway. Gaydar, you're gonna have to let me know. Go through. You can go through my collection and let me know which ones give off that vibe. I still have all my Buddyfight cards. They're in my storage room. And we're like, what just happened there? So this obviously did not happen in the anime. It was more of a way to give the player some foreshadowing on like what's going on behind the scenes. Because in the anime you get like shots of the antagonist planning or like plotting, but in the game you don't really get that. Easy peasy, okay. I really need to clean out my storage room. I'll probably do that tomorrow because I've got nothing planned for tomorrow. Well, I have other chores to do, but they won't last all day. Gal's saying, well, there's no mistaking that Sophia knows something. That and that strange monster. He's like, well, there's no point thinking about it. Oh. First, we've got something else to do. Right. First, we have to find the Grim Reaper. And then once we're done with that, we're gonna go meet Kiri. Also, the music changed. Where are we going? Here we go. Oh my gosh, it's the Grim Reaper. Well, that was easy. Dude, this arc in the anime was pretty good. The Grim Reaper arc. Grim Reaper is just shopping around here. Yeah, you know. He's gotta eat too. So Gal's saying, let's split up and look for clues about the Grim Reaper. It sounds like he appears in front of buddy fighters with core deck cases, which we do have. Yeah, the Grim Reaper is targeting people's buddies. Let's find him quickly. We can't keep letting things go on like this. Saying, wait, over there, isn't that... It's lasagna. Saying, what happened? You look all beat up. I'm targeting people's buddies too. Oh, I see. And he's saying, who got to you? And Zanya saying, I heard the rumors about the Grim Reaper, and I tried investigating on my own, but I underestimated him. So we're saying, does that mean you lost to the Grim Reaper? He's like, yes. He took my entire deck, including Tsukikage. That's his buddy. And this mysterious person is saying, Yes, that's right.
そうだよ
I took his buddy and core deck case. It's the Grim Reaper.
そう
He's like, yes, I'm the Grim Reaper. Like the jam. And Gal saying, you can't separate buddy monsters and their fighters like that. Like, I can never forgive you for stealing, people's buddies and decks.
Ah,
We're like, yeah. We're gonna protect everyone's cards.
驚いたね
And he's saying, anyone who loses a fight with the Grim Reaper has their bond with their buddy severed.
いいね
You still want to face me like that? In that case, I guess I will start by introducing my buddy. My buddy is Ice Blade Joker,
は
and he says, hi.
いジョーカー登場か
Yeah, he makes a ton of puns that don't translate well, because, you know, puns.
どうだ寒いだろ
You'd probably like Ice Blade Joker high. We just have to watch Buddyfight.
え
Liking him a whole lot, yeah. Unfortunately, I can't translate the puns well. It might be better like with English dub. Yeah, he's like just a huge jokester, as you might expect. We're saying this is the Grim Reaper's
そうだ
buddy,
よ
and he's saying that's right. Shall we begin?
いいか
Said ready anytime. Let's get this over with, and then we can go meet our friend who transferred schools.
あ
Gal's like, right. When we're done with this, we can go see him. And the Grim Reaper is saying, the friend who transferred schools. Is that blue-haired girl you? The purple-haired guy? It's a guy. They're both, like, both the playable characters are guys. The one with, like, the purple vest shirt thingy? Yeah. He's the less crazy-looking protagonist. Playable character.
お
まさか
And the Grim Reaper saying, there's no way. That's not possible.
そんな
You were supposed to just forget about me after I transferred.
え
We're like, what?
ありえない
For you, Makoto, and for Gao, that's how it was supposed to be. And Gao saying, it's possible that you're Kiri? Kiri?
ふざけるな
It's like, no, I'm the Grim Reaper. Oh, hey, is that gay dude? Yes, it's Kiri. This is not how you find out that it's Kiri in the anime, but it's like fine enough. It's like not a huge jump. Dude, the way this arc goes in the anime is just so good. Like, Kiri's whole arc in the anime is really good. But yeah, they have to like condense it and make it work for the gameplay. Wow, he got so edgy. He got a cool outfit. You don't like the moon on his hair? It's like, I'll show you the power of this dark core deck case. And we're saying, the black deck case, those are the ones that Sophia had.
だ張り切って
The banana
だ
hat.
けに
It's funny you mentioned bananas because there's actually one character in Buddyfight who has bananas on his head all the time. Like actual bananas. Like edible bananas.
僕とファイトしよう。
Alright, we're gonna fight the Grim Reaper. And we're gonna win.
ルミナイズ。
君という敗北者を得て完全なものとなる。ルミナイズ、不完全なパズル。
So this is an actual, like he's playing his actual good deck. It could be better. I don't think the anime version of his deck is the best.
オープンザフラッグ。マジックワールド。
レジェンドワールド。
Like it's at least
俺
complete.
のターンだな。
Okay. How do I want to do this? Transfer him back to his school. Do I charge a magical goodbye? I kind of don't want to, but I kind of need to keep. No, I'm gonna charge Gendrosaki actually. Not bad, not bad. I'm gonna call Dragon Wizard
頼むぞ。
Kinus Axia
パーティーコール。
to the center.
能力発動。
Deal 1 damage to the opponent. And then attack. Man, I've been going first every game, but there's some merits to going second, like you get the extra card, and you get, you know, to actually attack with all your monsters on your first turn. Sometimes I would prefer to go second. Like, most of the time when I would play, I guess I should preface this by saying Buddyfight is a best of 3 game when it was played like in tournaments and stuff. Most Bushiroad games are best of 1 because, you know, Bushiroad loves their variants, and also the games tend to be very long. But Buddyfight's like a pretty quick game if you couldn't tell, and so it was best of 3 and it had a sideboard. It's kind of crazy, honestly. It's very out of the norm, outside the norm for Bushiroad
ターン
games.
終了。
僕のターン。
And he's just saying, I'm the Grim Reaper. No one can stop me now. I'm gonna defeat you with my Dark Core deck case.
ドロー、チャージ&ドロー、
But yeah, so
キャスト。
like sometimes I wouldn't even mind going second. It's like, oh, I get the extra card. I can actually do a full out attack. It's like fine. And it wasn't like in like Magic where you want to be ahead on your mana curve, or it wasn't like in Yu-Gi-Oh where you want to be like the one to make moves without being able to be interrupted by the opponent. Like be able to establish your board first. It's not that type of game. So like going first versus going second in Buddyfight is like, it's not a huge difference. There's not one that's like, it's not clearly better one way or the other, I should say. Anyway, he's playing a great spell, Fimbulvinter. So this is a set spell that once it's cast, the top 2 cards of his deck go into its soul. That means they just go under the card.
能力発動。
And then at the start of each of his turns, he takes one of those cards out from under Fimbulvinter and puts it in his drop zone. And then once the second one goes to the drop zone, he gets to draw a card. So it replaces itself in 2 turns. So now he's calling Corpse Swallower Hraze Velger.
能力発動。
He's gonna discard Ice Blade Joker and draw a
能
card.
力発動。
So Ice Blade Joker is his buddy monster. It's a size 0, and when it's discarded from the hand at the drop zone, he can pay 1 gauge to call it without paying its call cost. It would normally cost 3 gauge to call it. Has ridiculous stats for a 0.
バディカール。
It's a very good card. Okay, do I just let Axia go down? I might. I could bounce him to my hand with Magical Goodbye, or I could just let him go down. You know, I'm gonna bounce him.
これでキャスト。
I'm not gonna play him next turn, or at least I'm not planning to, but I do want him back in my hand at least.
ファイターにアタック。
I can at least see what I draw with my next 2 cards, and then decide what to do from there. I'm planning on playing Tempest Wing.
ターン ターン終了。
俺のターンだな。ドロ
Okay. That might be okay. For now, I'm gonna charge. I don't have that many wizards, so I'm gonna charge Great Spell on my Grandfather Claw.
ー。チャージ&ドロ
I finally drew it. I'm gonna cast. Nice one. This is the draw 2 spell, so I just pay 1 gauge, draw 2. No other restriction other than it's just once per turn. I drew another one for next turn. That's cool. My gauge are Genderosaki and Great Spell on my Grandfather Clock. Okay, I'm gonna cast. What does Pot of Greed do? It allows me to draw 2 cards from my deck. I'm gonna call Drago Wizard Tempest Wing to the center. Tempest Wing is a size 3. It's very big. Costs 2. He has double attack, meaning he can attack twice. And he also has a very powerful ability where you can discard a wizard from your hand to send a monster on the field to its owner's gauge. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to
能力発動
send Hraze Velger to his gauge by discarding Axia from my hand. And then we're going to attack. Tempest Wing attacks Ice Blade
モ
Joker.
ンスターにアタック能力発動
And then with the double attack ability, he gets to untap or stand
ファイターにアタ
after
ッ
the
ク
first attack. Yeah, so generally size 3s will have very high stats and some way of dealing damage through a monster in the center. Usually it's double attack. Sometimes it's called penetrate. It's like trample, kind of. Yeah, Tempest Wing
タ
is
ーン
cool.
終了
僕のターン能力発動。
Okay, so he's gonna send 1 card out of the soul from Fimbulvinter to the
ドロー。チャ
drop
ージ
zone.
ドロー。
And then next turn when he does it, he'll get the draw card. He's gonna cast Symbol Guard. This is the Legend World draw 2 spell. Cost 1 gauge, draw 2 if your life is at 6 or less. He's got a lot of cards. Ooh, okay, this is... I don't know how to pronounce this in English. It's a vanilla. It's a size 2 vanilla. It's one of the Asgard monsters. It doesn't matter.
モンスターにアタック。
I'm gonna cast
これでキャスト
Solomon Shield. This negates any non-link attack, which I haven't even covered what link attacks are. We only saw 1. And also caught off guard by it, but I didn't even explain it. In Buddyfight, when you attack, you get to choose both the attacking monsters or item and the target, but you can actually combine multiple of your attacks into one, which combines their power and critical, which you can use to get over monsters with higher
ターン
defense.
終了。
俺のターンだなドロ
Magic Artist Andy, I don't need to right now.
ーチャージ&ドロ
Okay, that's pretty good. Yes, pay out Andy.
ーキャスト
Not bad, not bad. The question now is, do I want to... No, I'll probably just save everything. Well, he could do his combo next turn, so maybe I should not save everything. No, maybe I'll actually just
能力発動
use the ability. I'm gonna discard Rhodey to send his monster to his gauge. Can I clock this turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't have enough gauge for that. Unless... No, I just don't. Okay, I'll just attack then, I guess.
ファイターにアタック
He has so many cards. He might be able to... There's a thing that his deck is aiming to do. It's a combo deck, actually. So
ファイターにアタッ
I'm
ク
being, like, slightly wary, but at the same time, I'm kind of okay.
ターン終了。
僕のターン能力発動。
Okay, so Fimbulvinter at the start of his turn before he draws lets him draw an extra card by dropping the last card out of its soul.
チャージ&ドロー。そう。
He's equipping Rune Staff. This is an item that's not a weapon. You see it's 0/0. It costs a gauge to equip, but you can rest it to add 1 gauge from the top of your
能力発
deck.
動。
So he just gets that gauge right back. And that's all. He doesn't have it. Alright, I guess he doesn't have it.
ターン終了。
俺のターンだな。ドロー。
There's a card in his deck I was like worried about, but he just doesn't have it. So we're fine. Now the question is 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I should be able to win.
チャージ&ドロー。
Okay, I'm gonna activate Dragon Wizard Tempest Wing on
能
itself.
力発動。
So I'm gonna send itself to my gauge by discarding a wizard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just like triple checking, make sure I didn't mess this up. I'm gonna call to the center of the world, Mary Sue.
コール。能力発
With
動。
her effect, I'm gonna search my deck for a great spell, my Grandfather Clock, and cast it.
キャスト。
So I shuffle my drop zone back into my deck and get an extra turn. I could have just attacked with Tempest Wing, but if he has 2 counter spells, which he has 7 cards in his hand, so it's like not impossible, then he could just, live. But I don't like it when he lives, so I'm gonna call
コール。
Dragon Wizard Burning Wand. We're just gonna go to attacks. This way I can ensure I can do more
負
damage.
けるはずない。キャスト。
So he's got the Shield of Achilles to block 2 damage.
ファイターにアタック。
He took the 1. He might just be dead.
ターン
He
終了。
needs 2 more
俺
counter
のターンだな。ドロー。
Potentially more. Oh, now he needs more.
チャージ&ドロー。
I'm gonna equip Magic Arm Burning Fist. This is the other item I play in this deck, other than Gunrat Stradivarius. This item, it costs 1 life. It can attack even if I have a monster in my center. So, but before that, I'm gonna activate Dragon Wizard Burning Wand. I can rest it to deal 1
能
damage.
力発動。
Alright, we just won.
敗北なんて認めない。
But yeah, it's like playing my Grandfather Clock, even though I have like hard minus myself. It like effectively guarantees that I win. So like, should do it instead of just attacking. Because he had like the potential to do a big combo to just turn everything around, and then I might actually lose if he pulls it off, so the less turns he gets, the better. Which is why I just take my extra turns.
そんな。
And he's like, my Dark Core deck case broke. Implying that we broke it.
嘘だろ。
And we're like, Kiri? It was Kiri after all. And Kiri's like, Yao? What am I doing here? And we're saying, oh, Kiri, that's great, you're back to normal. And he's saying, how could I have done that? I gave into my own weakness. To the Dark Core deck case. And we're saying, Kiri, what in the world happened? He's saying, I was so afraid of everyone just forgetting about me after I transferred. how do I translate this? Because of my father, I'd been transferred I had already been transferred before moving to Aibo Academy, which is the school that we're going to. So the implication is that he's just been transferred a lot, and he's like worried about everyone like just forgetting about him when he leaves. He's saying, oh, the friends I had made at the previous school before Aibo Academy forgot about me after I had transferred, and it made me really sad. We're saying, oh, you were worried about, or so that's what you were worried about, Kiri. But there's no way we'd forget about you. Yeah, Kiri's cool. And he's like, yeah, but I was so worried. And that's why I thought before I left I would have an amazing buddy fight that would make everyone remember me. But it didn't work. So I figured I would just be alone and live. How do I translate this in a way that makes sense? Oh, okay, how about this? So he's saying, so I figured I would find a way to just be on my own and act as if nothing was wrong. And that's why I wanted to become stronger. And so that's why, and this is what we're saying, so that's why you took the Dark Core deck case. And he's saying, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for all the trouble I caused. And we're saying, it's okay, Kiri. It's over now. And Gao's saying, I'm sorry, Kiri. I didn't realize that you needed help. We're like, yeah, thanks. Or he's saying, yeah, thanks. And then he fainted. And we're saying, well, that's good. It's good that Kiri's alright. And we're saying, wow, that Dark Core deck case really is dangerous. And Gao's saying, like, yeah, what kind of person would have made something like that? And a mysterious person is like, how pathetic. Kiri just ended up being a weakling. Oh, it's our friend Yuki who was taken away, and now he's looking like this. And it's like, Yuki? What happened to you? And Gao's saying, it's a black deck case? Yuki, you have a Dark Core deck case? And he's like, yes, I finally gained the ultimate power. The ultimate power? As long as I have a Dark Core deck case, I can become stronger than anyone. I can defeat anyone. Just thinking about who's going to lose to me gets me all excited. Oops, I skipped that too fast. Can I go back? Is there a back? I don't think there's a back. Oops, okay. Anyway, he's saying, I'll defeat you, Makoto. That's us. She's saying, I'm the strongest fighter ever, stronger than you or anyone else. So I want you to make your best deck and fight me with it. I'll be waiting at Sengoku Academy. And it's Tsukikage.
大丈夫か
And Zanya is like, Tsukikage, you're alright? And he's saying, sorry for worrying you. And by saying, I mean, he writes it on his scroll and then holds it up.
Yes.
Because Tsukikage doesn't speak. Anyway, Gao is saying, it's good that, your buddy and core deck case, are safe, Zanya.
助かった
And he's like, thanks, Makoto and Gao. I'm like, yeah, of course, but we had thought that the Grim Reaper incident had been resolved, but now Yuki also has a dark core deck case. We have to chase
Gao.
after him. And we are saying, I want to, but could you please wait a bit, Gao? Because the Dark Core deck case, it's like Yugi was he was not himself. He wants me to fight him with the best or the strongest deck.
頼む
I want to answer that wish. I want to fight him with my strongest deck, which I already have. It's Dragon Wizards. And he's saying, all right, I'll leave it to you.
すまない
Thanks, Gao. I'll go meet Yuki once I'm ready. So because I'm playing the game on New Game Plus, I already have all the cards in the game. I like 100% of the game. So I'm playing the whole playthrough with my best deck, which is the Dragon Wizard deck I've been using. So you might think it's like maybe a little overkill to use a complete like end of game deck throughout the entire game, but it's really not, because I mentioned before that Buddyfight in season 1 was like super balanced, and you could just like run whatever and it'd still be fine as long as you knew what you were doing. So when you start the game, all you really get is like a trial deck and some booster packs, but even the early game opponents have their real decks. They might not be that good. They might be like poorly built, or they might just be like early season decks. But like they're still enough that if you're not prepared, you can still lose. Like playing this game from a new file is like kind of hard, which is like a good thing, you know. You don't want it to be like the old Yu-Gi-Oh games where you're just slamming normal monsters and hopefully you have the biggest one. But it's just not an easy game. So even in like the first stream that we played, there were games that were like close, even though I'm using my end of season really good deck and the opponents are just using like their early season decks, you know. So that just goes to show how balanced this game is. But anyway, we've got Sophia here.
わかったか
So we just explained what happened
So-
with Yuki, I guess. And Baku saying, so Yuki's at Sengoku
Wagata.
Academy. If you need any advice on how to build your deck, Makoto, just come to me. So Baku, he doesn't really play, but his main role is as a deck builder. He builds all of Gao's decks in the anime. So yeah.
ありがとうな
And we're saying, thank you so much for offering. I'll definitely come to you for advice.
あ
And it's like, yeah, don't hesitate to
す
ask.
まね
It's okay. I'm already very good at building Buddyfight decks, so I don't have to ask him. And Gao saying, Baku, please tune up my deck as well. He's like, sure, just give me a bit. I'll get ready right now. And we're saying, why don't we go outside for some air while we wait? And Axie is saying, are you alright, Makoto? We're saying, did I make the right decision? Will I really be able to save Yuki with a buddy fight? I didn't realize how much Yuki was suffering, even though I've been with him the entire time as his friend. To catch anyone up who hasn't watched the previous streams, Yuki went through the same sort of thing as Kiri, where he was like upset at losing and he wanted to get better, but he could never beat us because we're just too good. And so he turned to a dark power to get stronger. And we're saying, maybe if I had noticed, there's something we could have done. And we're saying to Axia, I'm sorry you have a buddy as worthless as me. Yeah, like pretty self-deprecating. And Axia saying, now that you mention it, do you know why I chose you as my buddy? Like, huh? It's because you always put others ahead of yourself. And I wanted to help you. I'm sure... Yeah, he's saying, I'm sure you'll... Yes, Axie is very gay. He's so cute. And his card is very good. I have, So in Buddyfight, there's like different rarities of cards. I have the highest rarity of Dragon Wizard Kinus Axia. I have 5 copies of it. So the 4 copies in my deck and my buddy card would all match. I have a Dragon Wizard deck, like, still put together. I really don't like the later Wizard support, though. After Season 1, the game stopped being balanced because Bushiroad does their Bushiroad power creep stuff. And Wizards got very little support, and the support they got, it, like, looked good. Like, it was kind of flashy and it looked like it would be good, but it was just really not good. But, yeah, that's just how it goes. That's why I had to play other decks and not stick with my Drago Wizards, because they just didn't get any support. But anyway, Axie is saying, I'm sure your feelings will make it through to him, to Yuki. Don't give up. And Sophia's here. And she's saying, if you want to save Yuki Tendo, I can lend you some of my power. And we're saying, it's you, Sophia. What do you mean, lend me your power?
Oi.
Wasn't it you who made Yuki that way? Or like the way he is now? Her hair got bigger. Yeah, you noticed. And she's saying, all I did was give him this. It's the Dark Core deck case. he's the one who chose the Dark Core deck case, the power to not lose to anyone else. Yeah, so there's this thing, it's not explained well in the game, but the Dark Core deck case, it has some extra powers like outside of the game where it allows you to make the power of the cards real. So like you can actually summon the monsters and actually like cast the spells and like actually hurt people. And when you use the power, it makes your hair bigger while you're using it. Yes. So that is a thing. And she's saying he has true strength now. You're gonna need some power in order to stop him. That means you're gonna need to use this Dark Core deck case as well. I'll give you one. Please take it. And we're saying, I don't need it. I don't mess with things like that. We're gonna stop Yuki with our own power, me and my buddy. Huh. And she's like, well, in that case, I'll use this power. I'll use this deck case and its power for myself. It doesn't really translate well. It also doesn't make sense. She just like is challenging us to a fight because we refused her offer. She's using the exact same deck we saw her use before, so this is nothing new. Not a bad hand.
Open the flag! Magic World!
It's hard to like actually have a bad hand in this game if you build your deck properly. Some decks are going to be more consistent than others, and this deck is very consistent. I guess it depends on the deck. Snip, snip, Haku. Okay. We're going to snip her hair. She's saying you're going to regret not taking this Dark Core deck case. Oh, she's going first. So she's using Magic World, but she's not actually playing Magic World. She's playing a generic theme, which is based on tarot cards. It's called Actor Knights. But she is playing the Magic World like base of like good spells. She has Kia Solomon First Volume for Gauge and Magical Goodbye as a counter spell, and she's playing Center of the World Mary Sue to search for a spell. What's she gonna get? She got Fool's Journey. This is the Actor Knight's draw spell. It's actually not bad. I tried playing Actor Knights, but not in Magic World, in Katana World. I felt like Katana World has kind of better spells and impacts to support generic, and it's definitely true later on, but even early on I was like, it's probably better to play it in Katana World than in Magic World. Like, yes, you don't get the really good draw spell or some of the good counter spells, but the framework is just kind of better, because Katana World's main problem, and Katana World is, we haven't seen it this stream, but its main problem is that its monsters don't work well together. So if you can just get a good theme of monsters together, or good archetype, then it kind of fixes the problem. Like, it was still not great because it's generic, but oh, she's playing Key of Solomon second volume. This heals you one, and then if you have Key of Solomon first volume in your drop zone, which she does, you get to draw a card. Scissors is pretty OP, Rock is good tech. No, we just always paper. We're playing a card game. You can't play card games without paper. Take the attack. Okay, I'm gonna charge Tempest Wing. I
チャージ&ド
don't
ロー
think we'll need him that early. Okay, perfect. I call to the left. Magic Secretary, Genjiro-saki, and I'm gonna cast Nice One. Genjiro-saki reduces the gauge cost of your Magic World spell by 1, so I get to cast this for free. Pretty good. I'm gonna equip
装備
Magic Arm Burning Fist. And then I call to the center. A buddy call to the center.
頼むぞバディコール
Drago Wizard Kinus Axia. And deal 1 damage to the opponent.
能力発動
I healed 1 from the buddy call. Alright. Burning Fist attacks
モ
Marisu.
ンスターにアタック
And then we've got 4 damage for her face.
ファイターにアタック
So if you've been playing,
Fight on, you attack.
if you've been paying close attention, you'll notice that I'm running a few different vanillas. There are size 1 vanillas. This is one of them. This is Drago Wizard Mitschuler. It's a size 1 vanilla that costs a gauge to play. It has some big stats, which is kind of important when most of the deck just has like low stats. Like being 6k power and 4k defense is pretty relevant. It's also a Drago Wizard, so it works with this counterspell Epic Fail. But I'm running a lot of different 1-ofs to fulfill the name conditions for Great Spell My Grandfather Clock.
ターン終了
I figured if I'm gonna run like 3 vanillas, why not just run 3 different vanillas? They're all vanillas. Ooh, that's a card. This is Actor Knight's Death. It costs 1 life to play. That's Actor Knight's The Fool. This is a vanilla, but it's necessary for a lot of the Arcana Knights, or not Arcana Knights, Actor Knights support cards.
コール
And this is Actor Knight's The Magician. It's funny because this is a wizard, and sometimes people play it in their wizard decks, or they would back then. I don't think it's good enough, but it's like not bad. When it would be destroyed, or when it is destroyed, you can pay a gauge to draw a card. So it kind of replaces itself, but it's like a 1 for 1/1/1. It's really bad. Anyway, okay, here's what we're gonna do.
モンスターにアタック
Okay, so she's attacking Genjiro-saki with death, and Actor Knight's Death, when it destroys an opponent's monster by attacking it, it deals 1 damage to the opponent. So I'm going to use my counterspell here.
これでキャスト
I'm going to cast Epic Fail, sending her monster to the gauge because I have a Dragon Wizard on the field.
連携攻撃
So she's link attacking Axia, which kind of we'll just let go. She
タ
did
ー
a
ン
job.
ー
終了
俺のターンだなドロー
Swing again. I probably don't need another Tempest Swing.
チャージ&ドロー
Ugh, I didn't need that though. Can I turbo out of clock this turn? It's 4... Maybe? I'm gonna start by casting Key of Solomon First Volume. I'm gonna use one of those to pay for Mitschuler. It was not a wizard. I have 2 wizards in my drop zone. I know where I could add another 2. 1 from Gauge, 1 from Field. I think I'll just kind of just go conservatively. I'm gonna have Magic Arm Burning Fist attack the Fool.
モンスターにアタック
これでどうキャスト
She casts Fortune Shield, which is a counter spell for Actor Knights. You can use it on any monster, and it will give that monster plus 2,000 defense and counterattack. But if you use it on Actor Knights, it gets another 3,000, so it gets 5,000 total. This is why we attack with the item first, because it gives it the keyword counterattack, which destroys an attacking monster with defense lower than or equal to the defending monster's power. But since we're attacking with an item, she can't counterattack. This is why you've seen me using my items to attack the opposing monsters. I'm gonna try again, but with Mitsuler.
これでどうキャス
Okay, she had another fortune shield, but like, what can you do? I can't stop that. But her power is only 1,000, so she can't counterattack my 4K defense Mitsuler. We're gonna try one more time.
モンスターにアタック
Just clear her board a little bit. That's the 2 crit guy, even if it's only 1k power, and it's used for the Fool's Journey that she searched off Mary Sue. A Fool's Journey draws you 3, but you need to pay a gauge and sacrifice a fool from your field.
さあ行きなさい
Okay, here's
バディコール
the Buddy monster. This is Actor Knight's Emperor. If you do not have another tarot on your field, it cannot attack. But she does, so it can.
コール
Another fool. Does she not have... She must have charged it. The Fool's Journey, she must have put it in her gauge. Works for me.
連携攻撃
Triple link attack the side. Okay, so the AI in this game has a thing where they target specific monsters and try and get them off the field. Cost reducing cards like Genjiro Saki are on that list of cards they will attack, or that they will prioritize attacking unless they just have games. So that's fine. And she did the triple link attack because Mitsuler being 4K means that even if she killed Genjiro Saki with... Well, she could have used her 2 1Ks for it. Like, the AI just, like... They don't think it all the way through, I guess. Anyway, now...
チャージ&ドロー
I could turbo out a clock, but I don't think it's a good idea. Oh, okay.
能力発動
There's just another Mary Sue. 1 second. There's 5. Yeah, I would have to call over Mitsuler. I'll just get a clock for next turn, but I probably won't. I won't use it this turn, obviously. Okay, first. Mitsuler attack the
モンスタ
Emperor.
ーにアタック
She only has 1 card in hand, so the chance that she has, like, counterspell is pretty low.
モンスターにアタック
You're gonna have Burning Fist attack the Fool. Just keep her off that draw 3.
ファイターにアタック
Mary Sue will attack direct because Actor Knight's Magician is, like, not doing anything. Like, if you play this card, you have to put it in the center, so your opponent has to get rid of it, otherwise it's just gonna sit there.
ターン終了
私のターンドローチャージ&ドローキャス
She played Key of Solomon first volume to get 2 gauge when she was already at 5.
トコール
I don't think she needed that. Oh, okay, well, I guess she maybe did, because she's gonna search... Oh, she runs the burn spell. This is Arcana Flash. It costs 3 gauge. You look at... or you reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. For every Actor Knight's monster among them, deal 1 damage to your opponent, and then the revealed cards go to the bottom of your deck. Is she gonna search for that?
能力発動
Okay. She did. She's gonna blast me with her Arcana Flash. I'm gonna cast Chillax. This is a counter spell that costs 1 gauge, and the next time I would take damage this turn, it reduces that damage to 0, and then I heal 1 instead. I'm trying to remember what my gauge is. These are just temp swings, right?
これでキャスト
She hit 3. So it would have done 3, but instead I heal 1. Chillax is like a counterspell. It's really strong because it protects her life, but don't want to run too many because you also want to be able to protect your monsters or interact with other things, because this only protects your life. It's still good though.
モンスターにアタック
Definitely not complaining about nullifying burn damage, big burn damage even.
ファイターにアタック
Okay, so I have the cards necessary to clock next turn, and she has no cards in hand, so we
ターン
just
終
win.
了
俺のターンだなドロ
Ugh, I really don't need another Tempest Wing.
ーチャージドロ
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I cast. Great spell, my grandfather
ーキャ
claw.
スト
I have game not on board, but on my next turn.
モンスターにアタック
And by my next turn, I mean the next turn, because I get another turn. I wonder if we're going to be able to finish the story today.
ターン終了
I end my
俺の
turn.
ターンだな
It's my
ド
turn.
ロ
I love how the character is like, I end my turn. Well, it's my turn, huh?
チャージドロ
Just to flex, we're going to summon Tempest Wing.
コール
Alright. Tempest Wing and Burning Fist do a link attack.
連携攻撃こいつで勝利だ
そんなはずは
Alright, easy game. You actually get a bonus for doing attacks that are 10k or more. So, like, if you know that the attack will go through, you can just link attack to make 10k. You're like, oh, I didn't realize you were this
仕
strong.
方ないわね
Okay, so she disappeared. She ran away.
もう
And Axie's saying, it looks like it. She's like, what is up with that? She says that deck, but he says that deck, but like the implication is like that deck case, like the Dark Core deck case. And we're saying, well, we got to do something about
よし
the deck case that Yuki has, the Dark Core deck case. And we're just saying, let's go. Everyone's waiting for us. Oh. Roga again? Okay, sure.
いいか
And Gao's saying, is everyone ready?
Ah.
Zanya's like, yep, no problems here.
Yes.
And,
何
oh,
え
it looks like Roga's here with his buddy Cerberus. And Cerberus is like, oh, looks like you realize. I guess they were hiding. And Roga's saying, as expected of you, Gao. Like, Roga. He's saying, get ready. And Axie's saying, these guys seem a little yabai, a little dangerous.
どうして
And Gao's saying, what are you doing, Roga? If you guys want to pass through
俺と
here,
ファイトしろ
you're gonna have to defeat me
俺
first.
とファイトしないか
And we're saying, alright, Roga. Gao's like, Makoto. We're saying, Yuki is my precious friend. in order to save him, I will definitely win. I'll be your opponent, Roga. We played against Roga before already. At the end of the Sengoku Academy arc, at the end of the last stream. His deck is a little scary. Oh. Oh, it's the upgraded version. It looks like. I guess we'll see.
Open the flag. Magic world.
Danger world.
So his deck's very aggressive and can be explosive. Thankfully, my deck can not only play the control game, it can play the like explosive fast damage game as well, which is part of why this deck is really good. It's definitely slept on in season 1. Everyone just wanted to play the top tier decks, but that's why I won a regional with this one. Anyway, he's saying if you want to get to Yuki Tendo, you have to go through me. Unclear why he's doing this, but I'm sure they'll explain after. Okay, so he's playing Swirling Darkness. This is a 3/3 item that costs 1 gauge. He's playing Invigorating Breath. This is heal 4 minus the number of Invigorating Breaths in your drop zone. So he's just gonna heal 4. He's playing Danger World, which is on. Oh well, I guess I should explain or like take a step back. So I mentioned at the beginning, we're playing Magic World, which is on one end of the spectrum when it comes to like the power scaling for worlds, where Magic World has the best like spells and effects, but the lowest stats. Danger World is on the complete opposite end of that spectrum. He has highest stats, but the spells aren't that good. A lot of their defensive spells just end up being like heals. So he just like healed himself for 4, which is like significant on a single card, but like they just run out of cards super quick. But yeah, so he's just gonna like stab me with that spear for 3. And I have to take it. Ouchie. It's really bad because the heals conflict with a lot of the good Danger World effects, which require you to be at low life. So ideally you go down to low life, you do your good effect, and then you heal, but there's no main phase 2, so it's kind of wonky. It just doesn't work super well. Alright, well I don't need 2 of this item. Clock. Great spell, my grandfather clock. I'm gonna summon Center of the World Marisu to the center. I'm gonna add Kosher. Yeah, ooh, there's another clock. Okay, I'm gonna add Kosher from my deck to my hand. I'm gonna play Magician of Glass, Will Glassart to the left. And then I'm gonna cast Kosher. This is a spell that requires me to have 2 wizards on the field, but I get to add the top card of my deck to the gauge and then draw 1 card. So this maintains both my hand and my gauge. And I just drew into Nice One, which lets me draw 2 cards from the top of my deck. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna play. Not what I wanted, but I'll definitely take it. It's like not bad at all. I'm running a little bit low on gauge. I would have liked to equip the item, but it's like fine. It's like fine. Okay, Magician of Glass, Will Glassart, attack the fighter. When Magician of Glass, Will Glassart deals damage, I can pay 1 gauge to draw 1 card. I'm hoping I draw into a Key of Solomon first volume. Oh, that's not that. Alright, Marisu attack. Alright, so I just have 8 cards in my hand, no big deal. Just Magic World things. There's no hand limit in Buddyfight. Okay, so he's buddy calling Armor Knight Cerberus Ace. He plays the Armor Knight Ace theme. Ace is a subset of Armor Knight monsters which interact with your weapon, usually by going into its soul. In this case, he can't do it because his life is too high, but it's just a big monster right now.
キャッソ
Okay, he's casting, I don't know the English name of this card. It gets an Armor Knight from your drops onto your hand. He's getting Armor Knight Demon. Oh, he can play this. Oh, that's scary. That's scary. Scary. He's not playing it. Okay.
モンスターにアタック
Sure? Question mark? Can't really stop this effectively. These monsters are so big.
ターン終了だ
俺のターンドロー
I drew another draw spell. That being said, do I actually charge a counter spell? I think I do. Oh, I could charge my item. No, but I need the item to get over his monsters. But it only works if I actually draw a... I'm not going to charge a clock, am I? It's already one in my drop zone. I have 4. You know, I'm going to charge Tempest Wind.
チャージドロー
Okay, we're going to start by calling Genjiro Saki.
コール
And we're going to cast Nice One for free.
キャスト
Oh, that's not the item I wanted. And it's kind of dangerous because if I play it, I'll go down to 3 life, but I can Buddy Call to heal, so it's like kind of fine. One, two, three, 4. I can definitely survive. It's just a little rough. I'm just thinking, how do I want to play this? I know he has Demon in his hand. I could try and kill the Cerberus. I'm gonna Buddy Call Axia to the center.
バディコール 能力発動
Deal 1 damage to him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 still. He doesn't really have that many 1 crits. I'll equip the item. We're gonna link attack using my item and or Burning Fist and Genjiro Saki.
連携攻撃
Direct attack with Axia. If we can set up a clock play, we should be able to win.
ターン終
Should
了
being the keyword.
ドロー
I also have a lot of counter spells, so like I'm not gonna die this turn, but oh, wait, he just has nothing?
モンスターにアタック
Huh? How do you have nothing? How do you actually have nothing? What? I want to stop this, so I will? Did he charge Demon or did he keep it? Does he just have a bunch of spells?
まだまだキャスト
I'm gonna cast Magical Goodbye to return Genjiro Saki to my hand.
ターン終了だ
俺のターンドロ
Okay, I'm gonna charge
ーチャー
Stradivarius.
ジドロ
Well, I did draw into a clock play. I'm gonna call Genjiro Saki to the left.
ーコール
If I'd known, I would just let him die, but I didn't. So I'm gonna call Genjiro Saki over Genjiro Saki. And I have 6 different names in my drop zone, and I have a gauge to pay for a great spell my grandfather called. So I'm gonna cast
キ
it.
ャスト
Could have saved the card if I'd known, but I couldn't have known that I would draw another Gendro Saki. In this deck, I play, I think 3 Gendro Saki and 1 Seiichiro Tenjiku, which does the exact same thing as Gendro Saki, except they have different stats and, most importantly, different names. So, most people are just like, you have to play 4 of the guys. Like, you just play 1 of the other guy. It's fine. It's fine. He's another name. Man, back then, people thought I was playing this deck wrong, but then they weren't winning regionals, so, you know how it is. They played a version of the deck where you run all 4 ofs, and you run these 2, like, wizards that are vanillas, but they like, increase their stats if you have them both on the field, but it's like, you really want to do that? It seems bad. And I tried running that, I was like, it's just not good. And they weren't even, like, significantly big. They were, like, 6k. Like, you just run vanilla 6k. Why do you need this? I don't know, people were crazy. Anyway, I end my turn, and then it's my turn. Another clock? Well, I don't think I'm gonna be able to set up another clock play in time, so I'm just gonna charge it. Okay, we're gonna max out the damage we can do here. It will turn off one of our counter spells, but, like, he'll just die, so it's fine, right? I'm gonna call Magician of Glass, Wolf Glass Art over Seiichiro Tenjiku. Or no, this is Gendro Saki. I was thinking of the other one because I mentioned it. I'm gonna call another copy of Dragon Wizard Keenus Axia. I'm just doing this to force more damage through. Alright. Axia attack the fighter. So he's casting Battle Aura Circle. This is their attack negate spell. It just negates an attack if your center's open. I mean, I suspect he has some of these, right? Axia attack again. Alright, he didn't have anything else. Kinda surprising. But at the same time, he did heal up to like 14, and then he couldn't use any of his good effects because he healed, and then we just took him down from 8 to 0 before he got another turn because we took 2 turns. That's just how you beat that deck, I guess. Especially with Magic World, with a Time Walk. Man, I did not know that people called taking an extra turn a Time Walk, because I know it's a Magic thing, and I didn't play Magic. In Yu-Gi-Oh, there wasn't really... I mean, there was like one thing that gave you an extra turn, but it was really bad. But it wasn't really a thing until Buddyfight, where I like saw that stuff, and it was just Great Spell My Grandfather Clock. Extra turns are pretty good. So back then, everyone just called it like clocking. Like getting an extra turn is just you clocked your opponent. Oh yeah, it wasn't like a huge deal in Buddyfight. Like, people didn't even consider wizards to be like that strong of a deck, even though they had an extra turn card that you could play reliably. But there were times when I played and I was able to resolve back-to-back clocks. So I'd clock the opponent, and then on my extra turn I'd clock them again and get another extra turn, and it'd be like, yeah, sorry you didn't get a play. I remember some games, like, I would go first, and then they would get a turn, and then I would get my second turn, and I'd clock them, and then I'd get the 4th turn of the duel, and then that'd be it. And it'd be like, okay, cool. I got 3 turns, you got 1. That sounds fair. Anyway, we're just saying, I've decided that I'm going to save Yuki, so I won't lose to anyone. And Yao, who's off screen, saying, it's just as Makoto said. We're stronger than anyone right now. And Roga's saying, well, here strength is everything. I have no intention of changing that way of thinking. My way of buddy fighting is that victory means everything after all. But I can see that fighting for your friends does, or it can be a source of strength. I will concede to that.
気をつける
Don't underestimate the upcoming fight. Make sure you're prepared. Make sure you are prepared.
はい
Or like,
そうなの?
yeah, all right, thank you. It's just like slightly out of character for Roga at this point, so like characters are just kind of surprised. And Axia's saying, is could it be that he was worried about
仕
us?
方ないわね
Maybe that's his way of cheering us on.
Yeah.
And Tasuku's here. And Tasuku says, oh, everyone's all right.
Eh.
And we're saying, Tasuku, what are you doing here? I sense this a strong power coming from Sengoku Academy, he says. Something that I never felt before. It was it's a very strong power, I guess.
No.
Could it be? It's like, yeah, it's probably that black core deck case, the dark core deck case.
そうだね
And now I figured out what it has to do with Yuki.
あ
Would you please come with me?
わかった
We're going to retrieve the dark core deck case and save Yuki. I'm saying thank you,
行く
Tasuku.
よ
To provide some context, Tasuku is part of the Buddy Police, which is responsible for resolving crimes that have to do with Buddyfight. So he like was investigating the Dark Core deck case and what happened to Yuki and everything. And we only hear about him now after we figured everything out. So you know.
はい
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. So we can just go straight to Yuki, but let's do this thing with Tasuku first.
さすがだね
This is not like a main story fight, but like it's implied. It really should be, honestly. But I can see why they wouldn't make it a story fight because it can be easy to lose to Tasuku here. And he's just saying your fight with Roga was pretty incredible. I'm saying thank you. He's saying, actually, I saw that you guys were putting yourself in a dangerous situation, and I was going to try and stop you, but it looks like that wasn't necessary.
ファイトしようか
I'd like to fight you in this state. So Tasuku has, how to explain this? So the Dark Core deck case, it provides the user with a power called the Disaster Force, which I mentioned before lets you make the power of the cards real. Tasuku has the same thing, except it's called the Future Force. It does the same thing, but the source of the power is different. So that's why his hair is long now. He gets the big hair.
えそうだよ
So he said he's gonna go all out. He says, think of it as your graduation exam. So show me what you've got, Makoto. show me the infinite potential of Buddyfight.
はい行くよ
Okay, so Tsuku is using his end of season deck. It's
ルミナイズ集え竜の軍団ドラゴニックフォースルミナイズ
it's kind of a combo deck. Like it's a two-stage deck. The first stage of the deck is you set up a combo to bring out your strongest card, which cannot be interacted with, and then you effectively win using that card over however many turns. It depends on the matchup, but we have an okay matchup against him. It's like it's for some decks it's like almost unwinnable. For this deck it's like not too bad. But that's assuming
マジックワールドドラゴンワールド
that's assuming he even gets his combo. Like if he doesn't do his combo, then we shouldn't have a problem. Going first is pretty alright here. Oh, actually, Rock is the meta. Actually, I was thinking about like we have a good matchup once he does his combo, but like we have pretty good ways of preventing him from doing his combo outright. So it's like we should be fine. We should be fine. That being said, gosh. Alright, I kind of have to. I need all the other cards. Okay, I could have charged Axia, I guess. Alright, I call. To the center. Magician of Glass, Will Glass Art. Attack the fighter. So we haven't seen this yet today, but Tsuku's using Dragon World. Dragon World has relatively high stats, but relatively weak spells and effects. But they're like monsters and items are really good. He's using Jackknife Dragon, which is, well, I guess you'll see. You'll probably see. I'll explain it when we see it, because it's kind of hard to explain without it. It's like a monster with multiple forms, and like you can just stack the forms on top of each other. Okay, so yeah, so he buddy called Jackknife Dragon, and then now he's calling over using Jackknife Burn Energy. This is like a different form of Jackknife. You have to play it on top of a Jackknife monster, and when it's played, you get 2 gauge off the top of your deck. So it's like chirp. He has multiple different voice lines for evolving Jack. Okay, so now it's playing Jackknife Thunderstorm. This one costs a gauge, has to be played on top of a Jackknife. He can pay 2 life to destroy a monster on the opponent's field, which he will not do. Cool. That's totally cool. Thinking. We should be fine. Okay, I'm gonna cast Epic Fail. So this won't sound in the gauge because I don't have a Dragon Wizard on the field, but I'm threatening to return his monster to his hand, and all the Jackknife cards, or the ones that can have cards under them, like not the base form, but the rest of them, the evolutions, have an ability, a keyword ability called Soul Guard. When a card with Soul Guard would be removed from the field, you can send 1 card from underneath it, from its soul, to the drop zone to just keep it on the field. So I was going to send it to his hand, so he's just keeping it on the field. So I just 1 for 1 with that card anyway. Glass Art died, but like whatever. Okay, oh my gosh, so many Axia. I have to charge 1 of them. Clock. I'm gonna call Tempest Wing to the center. Took less art. Okay, I'm gonna use Tempest Wing.
能力発動
I'm gonna send his monster to his gauge. By which I mean I'm gonna attempt to send his monster to his gauge, and then he's gonna use Soul Guard to keep it on the field.
能力発動
And you know, Tempest Wing's not once per turn,
能力発動
so I'm just gonna send that away. Bye-bye. So the combo that I mentioned, that's the first stage of his deck, is he needs to get a Jackknife monster with 3 soul or more on his field, and he also needs to be at 5 life or less. So he only had one with 2 soul, and he was at 9 life. So it's like he couldn't play his big like payoff card.
能力発動
I'm gonna put him at 5 life, but I don't really care. Like he has so few cards, relatively few cards, that I don't expect that he'll be able to pull off his combo next turn. And even if he does, I have an interrupt, so like we're fine.
ターン終了僕のターンドローチャージ&ドローコール
Okay, he has another Jackknife Dragon. How far do I want to let this go? Well, I have to let the call through, and then he has priority on the summon.
グローアップコール
Okay, he's evolving from hand. Jackknife Dragon has an ability where you can pay 2 gauge to evolve it, like put a evolution on top of it from your deck. So it's weird that he didn't do that, but that's fine. He's doing another burn energy, so
能
sure,
力発動
it's fine.
コール
Bronze Shield. This is just a size 1. Okay. Okay.
モンスターにアタック
Okay.
ファイターにアタック
I'll take 1. Okay, we're both pretty low on cards, but my deck will probably do better in a... Oh, well that helps, but I can't use it right
チャージ&ドロー
now. Oh, that's worse. Okay, my deck's probably gonna do better in a low card situation than his. I'm gonna call Center of the World Meritsu to the center.
能力発動
I have to get Key of Solomon first volume, so I can cast it.
キャスト
Buddy call Dragon Wizard Kingdom's Axia. To the
頼
right.
むぞバディコール 能力発動
Deal 1 damage. I'm gonna cast
これでキャスト
Magical Goodbye on his burn energy just to remove the soul.
能力発動
And my plan is to attack it, and hopefully it goes through, and then he can't, like he probably just won't have another Jackknife card.
連携攻撃
Okay, it went through. There's some counter spells like he could have Drago energy specifically, but it's like not super likely.
ターン終了僕のターンドローチャージ&ドロ
Okay, he just
ー
doesn't
モ
have
ンスター
another
にア
Jack.
タック
Alright. This isn't like an amazing situation for us to be in, but like he can't really play anymore, so it's kind of fine.
チャージ&ドロー
Chillax? That's not great. I'm gonna call Burning Wand. I guess I attack his monster.
連携攻撃
The Bronze Shield being 6k is a little annoying, but it's okay. We dealt with it. Yeah, since his deck is like mostly a combo deck, his hand's probably gonna just be
タ
like
ーン終
misjointed
了
combo
僕の
pieces
ターン
now.
ドローチャージ&ドロー
Because you really need the Jackknife Dragon to start your combo. And he used 2 of them already.
ターン終了俺のターンだなドロー
I guess I'll charge Key of Solomon.
チャージ&ドロー
Axia, okay. Okay. I'm gonna use
能
Burning
力
Wand.
発動
I suspect he has multiple shields, so I'm not going to attempt to go for game this turn.
ファイターにアタック
He had no shields? What? Alright, I guess I'll just win next turn.
ターン終
Because I
了
could have summoned Axia, dealt 1 damage, and then forced him to block 2 twos, but it's like he probably has shields, so he'll be fine. Oh man, he had heal. He played Dragonic Heal to heal 2. He's Jackknife Berserker. This is a vanilla version of Jackknife Dragon.
キャスト
Jackknife Gift. Okay, so he gets to play a Jackknife monster, or put a Jackknife monster from his drop zone in the soul of a Jackknife monster on his field, and then add Jackknife Gold Ritter from his deck to his hand. And he got Jackknife Gold Ritter. This is the big payoff card I mentioned, that he needs to have 5 life or less, have a Jackknife with 3 soul or more on his field, and then he sends that to the graveyard and pays 2 gauge to play this card.
ジャックナイフグローアップゴール
Okay, he's playing. Oh, okay. So this is a Jackknife Bystand. This one costs 2 gauge, but he gets to add a Dragon Shield from his drop zone
能
back
力
to his
発
hand.
動
Does he have one more Jackknife? Can he do the thing? He does not.
モンスターにアタック
That's fine. Yeah, if he had one more, he could have played Gold Ritter, but he did not.
ターン
Dang.
終了
He
俺
actually
のターンだ
caught
な
up
ド
in
ロ
that
ー
turn. Oh, never mind. I won. It's fine. We're fine.
チャージドロー
There's a chance. There's a chance that I didn't win, but like, come on. I'm gonna call Axia to the center. Doesn't matter what I pay out. There... The last card I charged was Oops, or the previous turns. But I charged Shellax this turn. Guess I'll just pay this.
コール能力発動
Deal 1 damage. Burning Wand.
能力発動
Deal 1 damage. Cast Magical
キャス
Divide.
ト
Add Axia back to my hand. I have to do it this way because Burning Wand is once per turn, so I cannot bounce him back and use its effect again. But Axia is not once per turn.
能力発動
Deal 1 damage? Alright.
楽しいファイトだったよ
Alright, we made it. I was a little scared when he like started actually doing stuff, but it's like we're fine. Yeah, he didn't even get to do his combo. Again, my deck like has a pretty alright matchup against his. Even if he like first turn comboed, which is possible if you play it correctly. Which the AI I don't think knows how to first turn combo. Like they just kind of wait. But even if he did, we probably would have been fine. We have a lot of burn. I mean, he'd be at 5 life, maybe 7 if he heals afterwards. I didn't get it. Like we didn't get to see what Gold Ritter did, but that's fine.
君ならできるよ
And he's like, that was good. You've shown me your true strength, and it looks like you'll be able to save Yuki after all. It's time for your match against him. How do you translate this to English? Like, steal your nerves and, yeah, let's steal our nerves and go, I guess? Alright, so now it's time for Yuki. And Gauss and Yugi were here. Everyone came here to save you. It's like, you're finally here. You kept me waiting, Makoto. Tsuku's like, this is Yuki? Yeah, he looks a lot different than he used to. And Tsuku's saying, we were too late. He's already been taken over by the Dark Core debt case. And Zanya's saying, it's the same as it was with the Grim Reaper. He had some strange and unsettling power. And we are saying, Yuki, I came here to have a buddy fight. But not the you that's been taken over by that power. The Yuki I've always known. I want to have a real buddy fight with him. So please, Yuki, get rid of that Dark Core debt case.
Yeah.
And he's like, no. Why are you relying on that power? You can become stronger without it. And he said, I said no. I'll lose without this Dark Core deck case. It's because of this that I've become strong. And the mysterious monster is saying, if you want some of my power, you'll have to obey that person's wishes. And I was saying, it's the monster from before. You can't see it super well because all the other characters are like on top of the background and it's just like a background image, but that monster is like a 3-headed dragon. I actually played that deck in person with the 3-headed dragon in the back. It is pretty good. It's pretty good. I played it at Nationals. Played it at Nationals in, was it 2015, 2016? I don't remember the exact year. It was one of those years. It was one of the Nationals I went to. I went to Nationals multiple times for Buddyfight, it was really convenient because it was always local for me. You were influenced by its power. Kind of. It was in season 3. Yeah, it was in season 3. So there was like some major power creep at the time, and it was one of the decks that had a good matchup against the top 2 decks, like the S tier decks of that meta. So it was like, okay, I'll just use this. I have all the cards already, and it had a good matchup against the top decks. So I'm like, yeah, I'll just use this. It seems reasonable. Unfortunately, the deck wasn't super consistent because it used a special flag where your starting hand is only 4 cards instead of 6. Like, there's a reason for that, but that caused some consistency issues. Anyway, Tsuzuku saying, it's dangerous, everyone get back. And Gao's saying, hey Drum, just what is that thing? And it's Drum. It's the first time we've seen him all stream. He's like, I don't know. There's nothing like him in Dragon World. And Makoto is saying, that's the thing that gave Yuki the Dark Core deck case? That's where this guy's from too? Yeah. Drum and Axia are from Buddyfight. Drum is Gao's buddy, is the main character. Yeah, Gao's the main character in the anime, and Drum is his buddy for the first 2 seasons. Spoilers. Drum's kind of cute in his like chibi form, but like it's better in his like, you know, normal form. Anyway, and the mysterious monster is saying, use that power to get rid of those who stand in your way. Yuki's like, what? Get rid of? What do you mean?
そんな
Does that mean you want me to destroy Makoto? Hold on a second. All I wanted to do was buddy fight. And the mysterious monster is saying, go on, fight him. But like, fight implying like actual fight, not like buddy fight. You can tell because it used a different word. But anyway, so he screams.
これは一体
And then we get transported to this interdimensional fighting
そう
arena.
だ
Yuki's just explaining this is an arena of darkness where those who seek power, or rather the power of darkness, gather to do battle. We're saying, what happened to everyone else?
そう
And Axie is saying, hold on, Makoto, this place isn't normal. Yuki is telling us only the last one remaining, the strongest fighter will be able to well, maybe I should translate it this way. The battle won't end until only one person is left standing, the strongest.
ファイトしようか
So shall we get started?
いいか
And he's saying, I'm going to get rid of those who oppose me and become stronger. Today I'm gonna defeat you. I'm gonna win. Win. Yeah, so he's like being completely possessed at this point. We're saying, Yuki, open your eyes, Yuki.
そう
Axie is saying, he's been totally taken over by the dark force power. Yes, we figured that out. We're saying, please don't be completely consumed by winning, Yuki. I thought Buddyfight was just a game, but I didn't think you'd get consumed by it like this. Me telling you about cons? No. No. But it wasn't just that you were consumed by it. It was by winning. It was that you were. Oh no! Hold on. How do I translate all this?
あ
Oh, okay. So he's just explaining what's fun about Buddyfight. It's like it's easy to get into because like win or lose, there's a lot of different things you can do, like changing your strategy, changing your deck, and if someone wins, someone has to lose. So that's just part of the game. But it's all about having fun. You should know how fun Buddyfight is, win or lose.
おい
And he's saying, like, just shut up and fight me. He's saying, in that case, I'll make you remember how fun Buddyfight can be. Okay, so they play it up to like they really played up and make it seem like Yuki's gonna be like the final boss with.
ルミナイズ
俺は負けない。ダークルミナイズ。
Yeah, they plan to make him seem like he's gonna be like a final boss with a really good deck. But again, this game is very balanced.
オープンザフラッグマジックワールド
ダークネスドラゴンワールド。
So we can see he's using Darkness Dragon World. He's actually using the same buddy as Shido did. And he's saying, I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose. As long as they can become stronger, that's all I need. I don't need anything else. I'm gonna win today. I'm gonna win.
チャージ&ドロー。
Yeah, so he's using Gallows, the same buddy as Shido, but his deck is actually a
ファ
weird
イターに
mix.
アタック。 ターン終
He's
了。
using some Death Ruler stuff and some of this Black Dragon stuff. So this is Death Dragon, Death Gaze Dragon. It's a Black Dragon, and Black Dragons, at least at this point in this game's history, in Season 1, they focus on destroying opponents' monsters and then dealing effect damage when they do. The weapon does the same thing. This is Evil Death Scythe. It costs 1 gauge. It has a named effect called Spectral Strike that when it destroys an opponent's monster by attacking, it deals damage. Okay, so I drew a handful of monsters, which is not the best, but we can make use of this. I'm gonna call... yeah, Soichiro Tenjiku to the left. This is the other cost reducing guy, so I'm gonna cast Nice One for free. Oh my god, all monsters. I'm gonna call Magician of Glass World Glass Art to the center. We're gonna swing at his face.
ファイターにアタック
どうだキャスト。
Death Grip, rude. Alright, so Soichiro Tenjiku will just attack then.
ファイターにアタック
My deck should have a good matchup against his.
俺のターンだ。ドロー。チャ
It's
ー
a
ジ
little harder when I
ドロ
draw all
ー。
monsters, but we should still be
バ
fine.
ディコール。
That's Death Ruler Gallows.
コール。
Ooh, that's Bloody Moon Dragon. That's a good one. This is a size 2. It's 7 to 1. It has Spectral Strike 1.
モンスターにアタック。
Ooh, I'm gonna take a lot of damage this turn. I can't really stop it. Like, I can stop a little bit, but I can't really stop it.
能力発動。
I'll just take it
フ
all
ァ
of
イ
it.
ターにアタック。
I don't want to, but I kind of have to.
能力発動。ファイターにアタック。
I need some counter spells.
ターン終了。
俺のターンドロー
That's one. That's a good one. I'm gonna charge Jace because I don't want to pay life.
ドロー
Okay, this is like acceptable. I'll call Genjiro Saki to the left. Gonna buddy call Kinus Axia to the center, I guess.
Buddy call!
This is a pretty rough start, but we're definitely not out of this yet. Okay. Axia attack Gallows.
モンスターにアタック
どうだキャスト。
Devil Sigma, that's fine. My main goal is to run him out of cards.
モンスターにアタック
Once he's out of cards, or like relatively out of cards, I should be able to take control of the game relatively easily.
ターン終了。
俺のターンドロー。チャージドロー。ゴール。
What do you call it? Another gallows. Okay.
ゴール。
Death dragon, death gaze dragon. That's less okay. What's the attack order going to be?
ファイターにアタック。
Direct attack. Okay, I have to stop this one. I'm going to cast Epic
ま
Fan.
だまだキャスト。
I'm going to send gallows to his gauge.
モンスターにアタック。
I also need to stop this one. I'm going to cast Solomon Shield.
まだまだキャスト。
It negates a non-link attack.
モンスターにアタック。
I'll let this one go.
能力発動。
I take Spectral Strike 1. Death Dragon, Death Gaze Dragon has Spectral Strike 2. So I can't let that one go.
ターン終了。
俺のターンドロー。
Okay, I drew dice 1. That's
チャ
nice.
ージドロー。
Oh, okay, I could maybe set up a clock this turn. I can definitely set up a clock this turn. Where was Jason the gauge? Last turn, what did I charge? Did I charge Jace?
コール。
Hopefully I did. Yeah, I did. Okay, that was correct. I have 6 in drop zone now. So I'm gonna clock.
能力発動。
I'm gonna search for Great Spell, my grandfather clock. And cast it.
キャスト。
I don't think I'll be able to win with this extra turn, but it will let me draw a lot more cards and then put me in like a stronger position. Okay. Since I'm not gonna win, I'm definitely gonna clear
モ
out
ン
his
スター
monster.
にアタック。
どうだキャスト。
Okay, that works for me. Okay, so I'll do no. I'll do 6 damage total.
ファイターにアタック。
And then when it goes back around to him, he'll only have 1 card plus his death scythe, which is fine.
ターン終了。俺のターンドロー。
It's my I end my turn. It's my turn.
チャージドロー。
I cast nice one.
キャスト。
Draw 2. Yikes. Well, I mean, I'm definitely not going to die next turn.
ファイターにアタック。
Well, maybe not definitely, but it's very unlikely that I die next turn.
ファイターにアタック。
We'll see what he draws. I have 1 counter spell, which is a lot less than I thought I would have after drawing 4 cards this turn, but
俺のターンドロ
that's
ー。
how it goes, I guess.
ゴール。
It's called Death Ruler Burial. Okay. So I'm just thinking. Is there any way I can confirm that I win next turn? I don't have enough size 1s to do that. I have to magical advise something. I just don't know what.
ファイターにアタック。
Do I take this 2 damage? Oh, dang it. I think I take this. And then I magically buy whatever he attacks with his death scythe. I don't like
ま
this,
だ
but
まだキャスト。
I have to magically buy something. And if I win next turn, it doesn't matter what I pick.
ターン終了。
俺のターン
But if I
ドロー。
don't win next turn, oh yikes.
チャージドロー。
Oh no.
コール。
If I don't win next turn, I want to be able to kill his monster. I'm gonna cast nice
Cast
one.
him.
Hopefully draw something. Okay, I drew. Hold on. 3, No, I can't. Oh wait, I just lost. Yeah, I don't have enough. Oh no, we're fine. I won. We're fine. I thought I lost, but we're fine. I have enough damage. I was just like, no, I can't stop his attack, but I don't need to. I'll just win. I just need to not misclick. Deal 1 damage to the opponent. Okay, yeah, we had 6 damage. Oh, that was close. He just had like a really good opening, and we just had a really bad one, but we still won. Because again, this deck is very consistent. Ugh. I kind of had a good matchup here too. All right. And Axia's like, "Are we? Oh, good. We're back home, or back at Sengoku, I guess. We're not in the arena anymore." And Gal's like, "Makoto, Yuki." Tasuku's asking, "Are you both all right?"
Hi.
I'm like, "Yeah, we're fine." Yuki, are you okay? And he's saying, "Makoto, I'm okay. I said some awful things to you. I'm sorry." Or like, "Oh, great. I'm glad you returned to normal." This is what he normally looks like. He doesn't have a weird, I don't even know what he's wearing, and like the crazy hair. Like he still has crazy hair, but not like crazier hair. And he said, "All I wanted was to become stronger. That was it. Strong enough to... I wanted to become stronger and surprise you all." I'd be able to become stronger easily if I used the Dark Core deck case, but I'm really sorry. And we're like, "Man, you made us all so worried. But it's okay now." The Dark Core deck case that was making you act so strange is broken now. Like, we broke it. And he's saying, "Thanks, Makoto. It's the mystery guy. It's that person." He's like, "Looks like there was an unfortunate ending to, or how do I put this? Looks like things didn't turn out as planned this time." And we're saying, "Who's that? What do you mean things didn't go as planned?" And the mysterious person is saying, "Yuki Tendo, you were supposed to be someone who would help me reshape the world." Reshape the world? Oh, it's this stuff. Okay, so this person, like, there's no point even like hiding it. His name's Kyoya. He's in the anime. I don't know why they like play it like this in the game. But he's like, his belief is that the world as it is run by adults is like unsustainable. He's like, he's not wrong. The world kind of does suck. And he's saying it's up to us kids to reshape the world. He's like a teenager, so like, it kind of counts. And so we're confirming, like, so you gave Kiri and Yuki, among others, a Dark Core deck case just so they would help you? What? Okay, so he's saying, oh my goodness, how do I translate this? With darkness in their hearts, these children can gather power and open up the gate that will change the world. If it sounded like that didn't make sense, that's accurate because it doesn't really make sense. Darkness Dragon is pretty fickle. You mean like the cards or like this guy? He's saying that was the plan, but it failed this time. And the monster in the back is now talking. But we did get to see something interesting. Jumping from person to person. Oh, well, the worlds, like, they don't, they're not like one person, one world sort of thing. Like, they're worlds that exist, and players can choose what worlds they want to fight for or with. Yeah, so, like, in the show, there's multiple Dragon World players, multiple Magic World players, multiple Danger World players, multiple Darkness Dragon World players. There's multiple themes in each world, and the anime does an okay enough job of showing off all the different themes in Buddyfight, at least in Season 1. There's some themes that they don't get to, of course, but it shows off most of them. But yeah, it's not just like only one person can play that flag or whatever. I kind of don't want to translate this. It doesn't make sense anyway. They're just talking about their stupid plan. It's not relevant at all because this is kind of where the game ends. Well, not yet. It's like we don't interact with him anymore for the rest of the game. Gotta go now. It's fun watching. Well, glad you hung around for a bit. You got to find out where those dragons came from Buddyfight. But yeah, I'll end up seeing you later sometime. Thanks again for watching. Yeah, I don't want to deal with this. They're just talking about the Kyoya's dumb plan. Again, nothing happens with it for the rest of the game. Like, this is pretty much the end of the story. And Yuki's saying, like, please arrest me, Tasuku. Ugh, I'm just gonna skip most of this, actually. He's saying, like, he, like, doesn't want to leave, but, like, he wants to atone for what he did. And we're saying, hold on, Tasuku, before you take him away, can we please have a moment? So we're gonna have one last buddy fight with Yuki now that he's back to normal. Please let me have a buddy fight with Yuki. The normal Yuki, or the real Yuki, now that he's back to normal. I want to fight against him again. And Yuki's saying, yeah, please. It might be a little selfish, but please just let us have one more buddy fight. I want to have a fun buddy fight. And he's like, alright. I'll watch your guys' fight. Okay. So in previous streams, when we've played against Yuki, he's used one of Gao's decks, but in this fight, he uses his own deck.
Open the flag! Magic World! Dragon World! 俺のターンだな。
Yeah, so he's still using Dragon World, but he has his own like games exclusive deck, and we got a really good hand. Holy moly! We're not gonna. Well, actually, we might need that. Dang. I kind of want to not charge, but I really should charge.
チャージ&ドロ
Oh no. Well. Yeah, to the left.
ー。コール。
These guys you can put on the side because the AI will target them anyway. I'm gonna cast Nice One.
キャスト。
Genjiro Saki will reduce its cost, so I get to draw for free. I kind of want to draw again, so
コール。
I'm gonna call Magician of Glass Will Glass Art to the center. I'm playing a little bit more aggressively here with my monsters because
ファイターにアタック。
こいつだ
I know how his deck
キャ
is
スト
gonna work. Oh, he just had Dragonic Shoot. Okay, well that's fine, I guess. Like, I know how his deck's gonna work, so it's gonna be harder for me to use Glass Art later. But he had Dragonic Shoot, which gets to destroy it, so it's
俺のタ
fine.
ーンだ
Oh my gosh. Okay, so he's saying, you've been helping me all this time. Oh. Oh, hello, Femboy69. Thank you so much for the follow. But yeah, Yuki's just telling us, you've been helping me all this time. Thank you, really. I want us to have the most fun buddy fight ever.
ドローチャージ&ドロー
How you doing? Doing pretty okay. We're
バディコー
We're
ル
about 3 hours into the stream right now. We're just about at the end of this. This is the first Future Card Buddy Fight game for the 3DS. It's in Japanese because they were only released in Japanese. But yeah, we're on like the final story fight, I think. I haven't played this game in a while. But yeah, I've been doing pretty alright. Anyway, he's buddy calling Boomerang Dragon. This is a size 0 that after it does battle, it goes back to your hand. It's mandatory.
コール
Ooh. We'll succeed soon. Yeah, I mean we're like I'm pretty good at this game, so I wasn't worried. This is Firewall Dragon. This is an old promo, actually. Cost 2. So I'm reading the effect. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm reading this effect. When this card gets link attacked, play rock, paper, scissors with your opponent. If you win the rock, paper, scissors, negate the attack. Okay, so I'm gonna mention, I guess now that we've seen it, Yuki's playing a size 3 based Dragon World deck. These are a thing, and they can be pretty good, but this is not a good card.
コール
He has another boomerang? Oh, that's annoying. I kept the epic fail to deal with the boomerang dragon just in case he had it, but he had 2. Alright. I'm just gonna have to take everything, I think.
モンスターにアタック
Wait, he's attacking... Why is he attacking with that one?
能力発動
Boomerang Dragon can attack Genjiro Saki. It would have been fine. Oh, no. I hit the wrong
ファイ
button.
ターにアタック
I'll just take everything. No big deal.
能力発動ファイターにアタック能力発動
Okay, so the Boomerang Dragons go back to his hand.
ターン終了
俺のターンドロー。
was not great, but this thing is just gonna sit on the side, and I really don't care. Well, I slightly care. That's right. Yeah, I slightly care. Oh, how do I want to play this though? I really don't need Kiss all in the first volume. I guess what I can do is play Magic Artist Andy on the left. Buddy Call Dragon Wizard King's Axia to the right. Magic Artist Andy reduces the call cost of monsters by 1 gauge.
Buddy Call.
We'll deal 1 damage. And then I pay 1 life and call Jace Aldous to the center. I'll use his ability. I'll pay 1 gauge. Increase his power by 3000. So this is the 3rd vanilla I'm talking about. We had Mitch-Schuler, which we saw earlier. Also, Magician Apprentice Rhodey. Magician Apprentice Rhodey is a 5/1/3, so the 5k stat line is pretty relevant. Dragon Wizard Mitch-Schuler is a 6/1/4. Costs a gauge, unfortunately, but it's mitigated by Andy. It also has Dragon Wizard in its name, which is relevant for Epic Fail, and both the 6k power and the 4k defense are relevant for this guy. Man, one of my friends tried to copy my deck. So he just like saw my deck list and he was like, I'm just copying it exactly, but I took out Mitch-Schuler because it seemed bad. I'm like, no, Mitch-Schuler is good. You have to play him, and I listed out all the reasons because it was like a meta call at the time. I was like, you play it because it has this specific interaction in this matchup. And I know that sounds weird because it's a vanilla, but it does, and it just does have those interactions. And they were like, oh, okay. I mean, I guess I'll just keep it in then. It's like, yeah, I thought about it. I didn't just put it in for no reason. Anyway, Jace Aldous attacks Firewall Dragon? Question mark? Okay, he had Drago Energy, which is slightly annoying, but it took a card out of his hand, so it's like fine. They gave him +3/+3 and counterattack, so oh well. We'll just swing at his face. I wonder if he'll charge one of his Boomerang Dragons. Oh, he's playing Dragon Return System. Okay, this is a set spell. It has 2 effects. He did not charge them, okay. I mean, I'll take it. I can't stop that one. Yeah. I'm gonna stop this one. I cast. Do I stop this one, or do I take it and stop the other one? No, I stop this one. I cast. Epic Fail. Send his monster to his gauge. Yeah, so then he would attack the monster. I wanted to keep 2 life just in case I need to pay a life. Okay. I'm gonna need Tempest Wing. Oh, dang it. Okay, I'm gonna have to cast Nice One. Hold on, let me count my wizards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I charge any? Man, I don't remember. I mean, this is a magical goodbye. Right on the top. That was a Chillax that I didn't know about. That's cool. Oh man. and I might be dead. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Key of Solomon first volume. I'm gonna call Tempest Wing to the center. If I had a clock, that'd be great, but I don't. We're gonna equip Gunrod Stradivarius. Gonna activate. So the hope is that he doesn't have a way to get over my Tempest Wing and deal 2. That's the hope. Okay, Blue Dragon Shield, so he negates the attack and gets 1 gauge, since his center is open. I know 1 card in his hand is Boomerang Dragon, but he gets 2 draws, so it's like... Oh, I totally forgot to mention, what does this do? It destroys, and then deals 2 damage, and then I lose? That's cool. I totally forgot to mention, Dragon Return System, when your monster is returned to your hand, you get the top card of your deck, you get to add it to your gauge once returned. That's one of its effects. Oh, wait, it was Destroy Monster or Deal 2, and he chose Destroy Monster? Could have just dealt 2, and I would have lost. Yeah, he had a pretty good opening with 2 Boomerang Dragons, and we did not have enough counter spells. Dang. Oh well. What happens is that we just try again. What's the skip? Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think it was the double Boomerang Dragon that that did us in. Because he's playing a lot of bad size 3s. Like, a lot of bad ones. Oof. Oh, he's going first? Okay. Oh, here's a good one. I mentioned he's playing a lot of bad size 3s. This is a good one. This is Thunder Knight's what was the English name? Oh yeah, Thunder Knight's Bastard Sword Dragon. It's a 7/2/6 with move and double attack. So you could use an item behind it, and it's like really good still. This is one of the good ones. Okay. Okay, so I definitely want the... Gosh, I don't want to use the one that takes gauge, but like it's just better in this situation. Yikes. Yeah, it's just better in this situation. I call Center of the World, marries you to the center. Dang. Okay, I need a Key of Solomon first of all. Unfortunately. I'm gonna call Magician Apprentice Rhodey to the left. I'm gonna cast Kosher. I'm gonna cast Key of Solomon first volume. And then I'm gonna equip Gunrod Stradivarius. Activate it. The question here is, do I want to play around Drago Energy? And I think the answer is yes. I'd rather make sure I kill that monster, even if I have to sacrifice 2 damage to do it. Because that's one of the good ones. If it were like a bad monster, I wouldn't care. But that's a good one. Additionally, both my monsters are bigger than Boomerang Dragons. They both have 3k defense, so I don't have to really worry about it. Okay, here's the Dragon Return System. I keep getting pinged on Discord for these dumb things. It's a Mahjong thing. Okay, here's his Boomerang Dragon. Oh, he had another Halberd, or Bastard Sword. That's annoying. Yeah. Ouch. Okay. Kind of want to keep that guy. Okay, this is not bad. I'm gonna Buddy Call. Dragon Wizard Kinusaxia to the center. Let's deal 1 damage. I'm gonna call another Dragon Wizard Kinusaxia. Let's deal 1 damage. I'm gonna activate. Give power to this Axia. Wait, actually no. Give power to the center Axia. I'm playing around both Dragonic Shoot and Drago Energy. Because I could give the power to Rhodey and then just swing, but it's like he could have 2 different counters for that. So if he wants to Dragonic Shoot, which kills a 3k or lower monster, he'll have to do it on this Axia on the side, which he did not. Okay. Okay, we've got the epic fail for his Boomerang Dragon, and then hopefully the next size 3 isn't too bad. Oh, he gets Steel Fist Drago Knuckle? It's a little late since he played all his size 3s with move already, but... Oh nice, he missed. Okay, so this is Inferno Armor Dragon. It costs 2 gauge, and you put the top 2 cards into its soul. It does not have Soul Guard, but if either of the cards in its soul are Armor Dragon, when it enters the field, you can destroy an opponent's monster, and then you can remove 2 soul to destroy an opponent's monster as an X skill after that. But he missed, so he doesn't destroy anything. Okay, well that will destroy it, like, with the effect. Ouchie. Wait, he didn't... What? Where's the Boomerang Dragon? He charged it? Seriously? Come on, man. Come on, man. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, well, I'm not gonna die, even if I take both of these, but the question is, do I want to take both of these? It's kind of a lot. He's at 4. I should be able to win? Next turn? I think I just take them? Well, actually, that's not true. I might not be able to win next turn. I have an okay shot of winning next turn. But I need my gauge in order to keep that possibility open, I think. Oh, another Chillax? Okay, that makes me safe. That makes me feel a lot safer. Magical Goodbye, that makes it even safer. Okay, okay. Can I force game through here? The answer is maybe. I'm gonna try and force it through. I'm gonna return Axia to my hand. Gonna call Axia again. Deal 1. Not to myself, that would have been bad. I hate how it defaults to yourself. So dumb. So we're gonna use Stradivarius, we're gonna power up Axia to play around Dragonic Shoot. Deal 1. Okay. Genjurosaki attack.
ファイターにアタック。
まだだキャスト
Okay, it's Blue Dragon Shield. Okay, he needs one more shield to live. No, don't cast that. I need that to live.
ファイターにアタック。
Okay.
こいつで勝利だ。
Okay. We dealt the 2, but there's still a chance he might survive.
能力発動
Oh, he lived. Okay, so Dragon Return System, when your life would go to 0, you can send it to the drop zone and reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a spell, you heal 2. So you don't die. Dang.
ターン終了。
俺のターンドローチャージドローゴール
Oh. Do we... Oh, no, we're fine, we're fine. Daijobu. Okay, he summoned Tomahawk Dragon. This costs 1 gauge. It's like Boomerang Dragon where it has to go back to your hand at the end of its battle, but it just is 2 crit instead of 1 crit like Boomerang, so it costs a gauge.
モンスターにアタック
Yeah.
ファイターにアタック
I cast.
まだまだキャスト。
Chillax. So reduce the damage to 0 and heal 1. I cast it for free because I have
ファイター
Genjurosaki,
にアタック
and that's why I needed to play him, and also for the damage, but yeah. I have another Chillax, so I don't die.
能力発動
Okay, so 1 card in his hand is Tomahawk Dragon. He didn't have any shields last turn. He probably just drew... No, he could have had it last
ド
turn.
ロー。
That's not useful.
チャージドロー。
Monster? Okay, that improves my chance of winning, so yeah, I'll summon that.
コール。
I call to the center. Drago Wizard Tempest Wing. This wins through a green shield because I can burn him for
能
1.
力発動。
And then if he has a green dragon shield, he'll stop the first attack to heal to 2, and then he'll die to the second attack. So he needs 2 shields.
ファイターにアタック。
He had 0. Cool.
こいつで勝利だ。
Ooh, that was close.
俺の負けだ
I'm lucky he didn't have the item from the start, because that would have been really rough. We probably would not have won if he had both the item and the 2 Bastard Sword Dragons and the Boomerang Dragons. Like, holy moly. When the deck draws good, it draws good. But, there's a lot of not good cards in there. I got lucky, charged the Boomerang Dragon, I guess? You're really not supposed to.
俺の負けだ
It's like, oh, I lost. But that was really fun. And we're saying, yeah, that was the most fun buddy fight I've
あ
ever
りが
had.
とう
It's like, thanks,
よ
Makoto.
っしゃ
Thanks to you, I've remembered how much fun buddy fight is. And Gao saying, hey, Tasuku, isn't there anything you can
ご
do?
めん。
He's like, sorry, but I think it would be difficult. After all, he confessed.
あ、
But I don't want you to worry. No matter what happens, I'll be sure to protect
わかっ
him.
た
He's like, well, all right then. Since it's you, I'll put this. Like, I trust you, so I'll leave it up to you.
はい。
Please take care of Yuki, we say. It's like, yeah, of course.
そうね
And Axia says, let's go home,
だ
Makoto.
な。よし。
And we're saying, I'll wait for you, Yuki. So definitely come back to us. Yep, and that's the game. But yeah, so this was Future Card Buddyfight is the first game for the 3DS. The Season 1 game where everything was super balanced and it was all great. Yeah, I know there is a post game. There's one part of the post game that might be interesting to run through. Will I have time? I'll have to see. I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to stream next week, or I'm not sure if I'll have time to stream next week. Actually, it's probably more like I might not have the energy to stream next week, because this week I have to work a lot of extra days, because the following week I'm gonna be on vacation. So I won't be able to stream 2 weeks from now for sure. Like, I'm just not gonna be able to. So yeah, I might take a couple weeks break from streaming, and then I have another vacation planned for end of May as well. Man, I had so much to talk about this stream, but like I was so busy translating everything and talking through the games that I just didn't really have much time to discuss things. I've been tweeting a little bit about it, so if you're tweeting in on Blue Sky, so if you're curious, had my Edison League playoffs last Saturday, or this past Saturday. It was really good. I got second place, which my goal was to make it to the grand finals because it was double elimination. So I made it to grand finals, and so I was very happy with that. I got to play my Machina quick draw deck. I was trying out other stuff, but I figured it was the best choice, so I ended up playing that. It went really well. And it was nice hearing that all of the other players were worried about, well, maybe worried is not the right word, but they were wary of my deck. I guess they just assumed that's what I was gonna run, because I'd been running it for the past month-ish. Although I was switching up my decks because I was safe in the league standing, so I was like, I don't need to play a real deck. Let me try some other stuff, maybe throw some people off. But anyway, playoffs went really well. And then I've also been playing, I played a campaign of the Avatar: The Last Airbender board game, Crossroads of Destiny. It came out in January, this past January, and I bought it, but I just didn't have an opportunity to play it. So I ended up playing a campaign over the past like couple Sundays with my Mahjong group, and it was pretty funny how OP Sokka is. You've got like the Avatar, master of all the elements, like Katara, master waterbender, and Toph, like the strongest earthbender in the world, and then you've got Sokka, who can just like solo people by himself because he's so strong in this game. Like, what? It was pretty crazy, but it's funny. It's funny how good Sokka is. But yeah, so I played through that. It's like very good for the price. So it was only like, I bought on sale, so it's only like $25, but I think right now it's like $30. It's very good price for the game. Highly recommend it if you're a fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender. But yeah, I had so much stuff going on these past couple weeks, or this past week mainly, and I know I'm gonna have a lot of stuff coming up the next 2 weeks. So I guess if I don't stream next week, it shouldn't come to any surprise. But let's finish the ending cutscene here. Looks like we have it looks like we have some spare time before afternoon classes. I guess we can just study on our own. Well, that's a waste of your free time, Axia saying. Like we're like, should I just study? And he's like, that's a waste. You should go have fun. He's like, yeah, I guess so. Let's go meet up with everyone else.
Oh.
And so Baku's eating Gao's lunch. And he's saying, you can only have half.
Oh.
And he's like, yeah, I know. And Gao's saying, why don't we go hang out with Kiri after school? And Baku's like, sure. And Kuguru, she's like, Baku, eat or talk, choose one.
悪い
And he's like, sorry. And Gao's saying, hey, I said you can only have half. Implication that Baku ate more than half, maybe the whole thing. And Zanya's here. He's like, what do you guys, what's all the ruckus over here? And Cougar's like, oh, Zanya. And he's like, a girl. Zanya's really bad with girls. And then there's Tetsuya and Noboru.
ちげえよ
いいか
I mean, it's all just nothing.
そうだよ
Tetsuya's the guy with the bananas on his head. You can see them right there. They look like his hair, but they're bananas. So Tetsuya takes Noboru and forces him to go dance. And we're like, oh, it looks like everyone's having fun. Oh yeah, in this game, Noboru doesn't... Okay, in the anime, Noboru is the one who transfers schools. Well, Kiri also transfers. But Noboru, like... He leaves the country. Spoilers. You know, 12-year-old spoilers, whatever. And now Paruko's here. Also, the buddy police is gonna come to the school and provide a lecture at the fighting stage.
あ
それでは皆さん生のパルコでお送りします
I mean, Yuki's gonna be here, right?
あガオ
あ
ガオくんそう
It's
だ
Tsuku.
いいよ
And it's Yuki.
えおいあ
Oh, so now he's part of the buddy police youth. So kids who are part of the buddy police or cooperate with the buddy police, I don't know. It's really dumb. This is actually something that they do in season 2, which again is really dumb. It's silly that even Tasuku is in the buddy police, but you know, because he's like 13.
そうだよそうだねよく
But you know, it's an anime. It's a shonen
そう
anime
じゃないよ
aimed at small children.
すみませんありがとう
頑張れよ
ああそうそう
お
いいか
あ
よっしゃ
あオープンザフラッグフューチャーカ
Yeah, it just shows
ード
that-
バディファイト友情の爆熱ファイト
Everything ended up okay. So there's a post game. So Gao and Drum are congratulating us for completing the story.
頑張れよ
We're gonna say continue from the end of the game. So we can redo the final fight with Yuki, but there's also, yeah, that's the thing. This is the post game. Here you can fight against every single character in the game, one after the other. So after you fight this one, it'll change to another guy, and it loops around. So there's like a ton of characters though, so you can fight through all of them using their best decks, including some characters who we didn't see in the story at all, and some characters who don't use their best deck in the story. So their best deck is like only in here. So yeah, if I do another stream of this game, it'll probably be doing this, like this gauntlet. However, last time I tried playing this gauntlet all in one sitting, it took like 6 hours, 7 hours, I think, if I remember correctly. So I might split that between 2 streams. But again, as I was mentioning earlier, I might not be able to stream next week, and I definitely won't be able to stream the week after. And I've got some other stuff coming up in May, so I'm not entirely sure when the next stream will be. I might be able to do a little bit in the middle of May, like maybe the 2nd and 3rd week of May, but it's entirely possible I just can't due to other plans. So might not stream again until like mid-June or something at that point. But yeah, that's just how it is. I had so much stuff going on this past week and then the next month, so yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I see you in the next one whenever that ends up being.